That's how you start a show.
You've been
Hello.
thinking about that one for a while, haven't you?
No, but I'll say that. Like I always say, I'm a man. I am not that complicated. So that's actually the first thing that comes to my mind. Hello, and how is everybody doing? Welcome to my so-called life. I am the president of Pineappolis, and I hope everybody's having a great evening. Welcome, 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 welcome. I want to say hello to New York Beauty. Hello, Mike. How are you? Hello, hello. Also, I want to say hello to Twin. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am well. I am back from Vegas. I have tales of nothing but craziness.
I cannot wait to hear all these tales. You have no idea.
Donnell from Donnell Stitchery, how are you doing?
I am doing awesome. Just here hanging out with my crew.
So, how were your streams this morning? How's life? How's everything?
They were busy, crazy, fun, and me and Jess did a lot of giggles.
Giggles are always great.
Almost had Michelle come on with us, but I was worried I wouldn't get anything sold or accomplished if I had all three of us on.
Yes, Mike, he's a man.
Hey, Bam. Hello,
Hey,
hello. Yay. Great to see you. Great to see you, Pam. Yay. Michelle, how are you? How are you?
I'm wonderful. Had to take a break from working on a quilt top, but you know, it happens. I've got most of it completed now, so
Awesome.
Amazing.
Is it any particular quilt? You know, I'm new. I'm new to the game. I don't speak the lingo. I'm new here.
He doesn't
it's,
open his seams.
it's a Christmas quilt for the assistant principal at my school. She wanted one for her mom who gets really cold in the wintertime. And so I told her I'd get her one made.
I'm gonna start singing James Brown in a minute. And this is the mayor of Pineappolis, everybody. That's Mayor Mike. Hello, hello. So, I'm in full midlife crisis mode. I went to Vegas. My son went trick-or-treating with his mother and had a great time, I hope. I, on the other hand, decided to get in my car and drive to Las Vegas in the middle of the evening. I was really shocked, though. I completely forget that it's cold in the middle of the desert, but I've sat around for the past 5 years making coats. So I showed up with chunky tweeds and vests, and I was ready. To turn a few more things on. I'm wearing my...
You were smart and you took one with you.
Well, I learned from last time.
Hey, Katie.
Hey, Katie.
Yay. Hello, hello. How's it going? How's it going? Hold on. I'm just turning everything on in here. You're hot and you're hot. Ooh, you're even hotter.
Wow.
I really respect your intelligence.
Oh, God.
Tell me that again. Tell me that again. It was, you know what's so funny, Pam? It was raining. One of the reasons I left also is because I looked at the weather report and it was going to be raining all day today in Nevada. So I think I drove right through it. Alexa, what's the temperature right now?
Right now, it's 62 degrees Fahrenheit.
That used to work. Now I just triggered Michelle's. Alexa, thank you.
You are so very welcome. You are so very welcome. Enjoying your weekend.
Oh, bless it.
I'm sewing the never-ending seams on the Bargello quilt.
Katie.
Hey, Giovanna.
Yay!
Hey,
Hello,
Giovanna.
hello.
Giovanna, I need to message you tomorrow. So let me know what time is good for you.
She said right now.
I'm busy right now.
All right. So,
Hey, butterfly.
yay. Hello. Hello. Great to see you. Great to see you, Butterfly. Awesome. I hope everything is well. I went to Las Vegas and I found is it Ricard? Ricker? How do you say it? I found a Ricard sewing machine. Ricker?
I don't know.
Yeah. Never even heard of that one.
Like, let me see the words. I don't know.
Hold on. Let's get.
I can see it. Ricard, yeah. Yeah.
And I had to laugh because it was in the case and I just grabbed it, but I peeked at it. And no, StreamYard still isn't switching cameras, and no, they don't have a phone number. But it has a table. Look.
I thought I found the phone number. No?
Oh, please do. Because I'll go full Karen. I've sent him 100 emails.
So, William, Mike is telling you to stop making that evil lady talk in his house.
I had no idea that the A word is triggered so easily.
Oh, yeah.
According to Google, it's pronounced Ricker.
Ricker.
R-I-K-R, Ricker.
Ricker.
Go figure.
I can already tell this thing needs oil. It needs some TLC because it has not been activated in a while. I said turned on and everybody got crazy. So this thing has not been activated in a while.
It needs to be activated. Give it some energy.
Do you know what? Honestly, sometimes I need to be activated just to be reminded that I'm a human, you know? Okay, that one laid flat.
Let's go back to zero.
Yep, back to zero. Thanks, Mike.
How many hours was that?
We made 7 minutes and 6 seconds without a Diddy reference. I'd like to thank everybody for flying My So-Called Life Airlines. Thank you so much. We made it a full 7 minutes. I am activated. So I know I say this every time, but I went back to the Goodwill bins. I love a challenge. I'm not scared to wrestle.
Are you becoming a Southern boy?
I know how to shoe a horse. I earned that hat that I wear. It's a little bit different than the guys that have the what is it? Oh, all hat and no horse. A little bit different. Let me turn off my dryer. But this time I actually scored. I my size is a little bit bigger. It's called the big and beautiful size. That's what I am. So I've had to hunt on new shirts, and for some reason at the bend, which is always the last stop.
Hey,
Yay!
Gilroy.
Yay.
My back's killing me like OJ's.
Sorry, your back hurting.
Yay! Hello.
What's behind me?
Oh, what's behind you? Oh, the quilt.
Oh.
I don't see anything else.
Oh no.
Yes, Giovanna, I obsessively do laundry, and I have my own routine and everything. Follow me for more tips. No,
I change it like 10 times a day, Giovanna.
I think it's weird that people do not hold on. Time out. Men can't do their own laundry. Time out. I've been doing my own laundry since I was probably like 14. The Golden State Killer is behind you.
Oh.
Do you know if someone tried to break it? I feel sorry for anyone who tries to get in my house. There's a door behind there, but there's 2 mannequins in a dress form. So good luck trying to get it. And there's probably 100 to 200 power cords for sewing machines over there. Some are in bags, some are in shame, just sitting there.
So in other words, they kill themselves getting in.
Yeah.
Nice. They kill to get into him, take into his room.
I don't have a dryer. I hang most of my clothes. Quite, oh, that's why, follow me for more tips. But anything with color, I hang dry it. Anything because it preserves the color.
Next thing you're gonna say, you have special detergent because you're a little sensitive.
No, I use Riso. I'll use anything. Like I prefer the stuff in the bag. Here in Italy, they don't. Wow. They don't have dryers in Italy. Do you know, I feel like I've seen that in a video somewhere. I'm obsessed with watching videos of Americans moving to other countries and being like, this isn't like America. Like I'm like, duh. Of course it's not like America. I'm obsessed with watching traveler videos. Ooh.
Thanks, Mike.
One part of the back to school season I like is watching all the college freshmen go through the laundry aisle like another planet. Oh, I can't imagine people not being able to do their clothes.
My daughters learned how to do laundry. They've taught their kids how to do laundry. And I guarantee that when the grandkids are adults and have babies, they're going to learn how to do laundry.
My kids can do color.
I like that, Kilroy. I'm right here with Zaza. Do you know, I used to iron a lot. There's an iron setting on dryers that take all the wrinkles magically out of your clothes.
Hey, Candace.
Hey, Candace, how's it going? How's it going?
Hey, Terry.
Hey, so Terry.
Hey, Candace. Hey, so Terry.
Yay. We do have dryers, but as we get a lot of the sun, we use that. I use the sun as well. But I also it's sad because I used to iron everything. Everything. And now you literally could not pay me. When I was in Scotland, they had washer dryers, and the stupid thing would wash, dry, repeat.
Nope, not clean yet. Got to redo it.
I own a double stack that just kind of sits at the ranch just because I want to tell people that I own a double stack. Still, I need to sell that. I need to have a humongous garage sale.
You're not going to do it. Stop.
There's been many machines I've come across where it's nothing but user error. I couldn't imagine I hang dry a lot. I don't know. Do you know what's funny? I've adapted to many different situations, so I can't even sit up here and say that I couldn't imagine it because I have lived without a washer and dryer. I just go to a laundromat. So how was your weekend? I went to, do you know what? I think I'm addicted to 1950s radio, driving on the highway, and really bad food. I think that's just part of my trip. Like whenever I say, oh, I'm going to Vegas, just picture me with a falafel driving, literally with a falafel driving. No. And then I go to the Thai place. I had Korean barbecue.
You wear a bib?
At the American barbecue place I did. Because I have respect. The Korean barbecue was takeout, so they didn't give me a bib. I went crazy this weekend.
There you go, Michelle. Make him a bib.
I'm here to try like pineapples. It's my favorite color, pineapples. The humidity is low enough in the winter that I'm not taking laundry outside. See, that's the thing. It's permanently 70 degrees here. So we could have laundry outside year round. Not gonna my kid I have what's called I call it a college fridge, but it's like a mini fridge. I want to get rid of it, and my kid's like, can I have that in my room? But no.
Have you ever that? He needs it. He needs to, like his stuff is in there, you know. Drink.
Oh, that reminds me. I still gotta change my bedding.
Yeah, we all know chocolate's really good cold.
Zaza, thank you for reminding me. I still gotta change my bedding before I go to bed.
I like to line dry bedding, and I do still iron. I'm fussy. Don't get me wrong. I iron. I own every kind of iron you could possibly think of. it's such a chore. It's one of those things. I
can't
hate
do laundry.
laundromat people. It's different here. I read books and ignore people. I will get a good book and ignore everybody.
I don't know who used the facility before me. So when I get to the washer and dryer and I can't do it, it just no.
I purposely waited to leave Kilroy and so that I was driving in the middle of the night. But in LA, you gotta worry about people stealing your clothes. You know what? I'm gonna say I used to wash my clothes in MacArthur Park on 3rd and Loma, even on the Rampart side, and no one ever messed with my clothes. I was in the middle of Los Angeles.
Hi, Alibaba.
Hey, Ollie.
Hey, Alibaba.
Same. Be cool. Give him a fridge.
Come on.
Now I have a full laundry
You have a
room.
pineapple sticker to put on it and you can't take it off.
I'm gonna buy a mini fridge one of these days when I get into film photography. I guess they are practical. Like at my job, in every house they have mini fridges, but they're like for medical reasons, and they have locks on them.
Mm.
Currently 44. That was almost the exact temperature in Vegas. 44 and raining when I left. Hey, what did you iron? Nothing. Hopefully, nothing. Hopefully. Are you pro or anti iron, Jess? Do you iron your clothes?
Me?
Yes. No. Donnell,
No.
do you iron?
Not unless I am required to. I will put it into the dryer on steam press.
I mean, as soon as it comes out of the dryer, I hang it up.
And if my dryer does not work for the steam cycle, then I will put a damp washcloth in with it for 10 minutes to get the
Hey,
wrinkles out.
Joy.
Michelle, are you an ironer?
Depending on the type of material it is, sometimes if it's like an all cotton shirt, then yes, it will get ironed because it will not come out, totally nice, even in the dryer.
Hey, Joy. Hello.
Hey,
I'm
Joyful
like that
Joy.
too.
Good to see you again.
Yay, did you
Second
move?
time
I
I'm
have
gonna see
so
Joyful Joy today.
many questions. Did you move? Yay. I love my old mini fridge. Oh, you guys you're trying to vote in a mini fridge for this kid.
Yes.
Yay.
Do it.
No, we won.
I do not iron my clothes. Thank you,
One.
Jim.
We've already overrid.
You don't know if the person before you decided wash stuff. So that is true. But you could smell the machine oil. I worked at a Togo's, which is basically it's a sandwich shop. We reeked of bread and all these. It's just my clothes smelled so bad. So I get it. I felt sorry for anyone who washed after I did, because it smelled like onions and all kinds of crazy stuff.
That's
hear
where the
that.
vinegar in your laundry comes in, and it gets rid of all the stinky
Right.
smells.
That's
It
the time I
does.
heard it.
I do a thing of vinegar in every load I wash, so that way there it gets away anything and kills off everything.
Kilroy that's. I wish I had money to iron like that. Yay! Great to see you, Joy. Great to
Now,
see
when my
you.
husband used to work in the office and everything, in a professional office setting and all, I used to have to iron his clothes on a daily basis.
No.
So the way they're his pants at pleats.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Moving is the worst.
Mm.
I have a mini fridge in my room. Oh,
Another vote?
you know what it is? It's the memories of me and my pops. Like, I want to say I haven't had a drink in 13 years. 14, 15 years ago, that guy and I, we were Patty and Selma. We'd been here smoking, drinking. We had a good old time. So I think part of it is that was a fridge for beer. And I look at it now and I'm like, I don't even want that thing in my house. But maybe my kid will be nice to it. I'm gonna do a video of my storage unit to show you how unbelievably packed my storage unit is. It's embarrassing. I have this progression thing over the years, and it's so filled. There's no point in even doing a progression video anymore. It's just stuffed to the gills now. If you already have a mini fridge as well, give it to them. It's cheaper. That's true. I hang out very well. And fold as I pick it up. I do that. Yay, Joy. You are missed. You're absolutely missed, Joy. I used to iron every Sunday afternoon and talk on the phone with my mom. That's awesome. I love stuff like that. I absolutely love stuff like that. Old fridges work well. The new ones don't so much. All right, I'll send an expedition out into my storage unit.
Yay!
Look at 3 votes for you.
I'm gonna tie a rope around my foot. There's so much stuff in there.
I can just imagine the message that we're gonna get when he's doing this.
No, I'm gonna bring him with me. He wants it so bad. You gotta earn it, you know.
You gotta dig it out.
Oh, he's buff. He's buff. He's young and spry. Go right ahead.
Oh
It
my
does- no.
goodness gracious, Giovanna.
It never smelled like alcohol. It's just all the. I'm gonna pull it out. All my old stickers are gonna be on there. Next to t-shirts, if you have a sticker, I'm like, hey, can I have a sticker? I'm terrible at job fair. Like when they have those giant fairs, my job will have a booth. Instead of like, introducing people to my job, I go around and get all the free pencils, all the free t-shirts, all the salt shakers, all the free stuff they're handing out. My neighbor irons her underwear. I used to be that thorough. It depends on the one you buy, Alibaba. I have a newer one that'll freeze everything inside out. All right.
Nice.
Used to iron my husband's underwear. I think that's what it is I have in a lot of ways there was real role reversal in my house. My mom was not an ironer. My dad was obsessed with ironing. My mom did not sew. My dad had a either a 301A or a 404. There's still a bit of contention. So I don't know. All right. So how do you guys see? Michelle knows the Goodwill bins is the last stop. That is like the last stop for everything and anything that goes to the Goodwill bins. So when I go there, I'm always surprised when I find quality stuff. Let me get my phone real quick because I have dust on it. But recently, I was kind of shocked at everything that I found at the Goodwill bins. First off, I'm going to wear this shirt. The lady at the counter quizzed me and she was shocked that I actually knew about African culture, but it doesn't matter where you're from. I'm going to rock this shirt. Matter of fact.
Okay, so that design on there would be a gorgeous quilt.
It would.
Oh, let's go and fit. Oh, man.
Okay, he's puffed up.
That's a win. I bought a bunch of shirts, but I purchased this Wrangler coat basically for like a quarter. Basically, because I got it in the bins. I'm showing it because it all has to be flash fried. I'm actually surprised I put this on without washing it.
I'm proud of you.
But this was brand new. For some people, ironing it's like golf or fishing. I could wear that and play it off as an Irish design. Joy, do you remember I made hundreds of koofies? I have a video. If you're bored, go check it out. It's called How to Make a Koofy. It's basically a hat without a bill.
I must not have gotten to that one yet.
Africans love flashing colors. I love this shirt. I am so excited that it fits. I am excited. I don't mind ironing, but I hate putting clothes away when
Yes.
it's.
I
Okay.
hate folding. I hate putting away.
I
I'll wash
fold
and
as I
dry
take
all
out
day
of the-
long. I just hate folding and putting away.
I fold as I take it out of the dryer and I put it in the clothes basket. Then it goes in my bedroom and then I put it away.
I got a small round laundry basket, like one of those really small ones you can get from like the Dollar Tree. I use that to put all the socks into. I'm like, find your socks when you're ready.
Zaza and I aren't cut from the same cloth because I have a laundry couch that turns into Laundry Mountain. It used to sit 2 people, but now it just sits laundry.
No, so when I first got married, we
Oh,
called it Clothes Mountain, and it would go it was in our guest bedroom, queen size bed, just full, and had kids. Clothes still went in Clothes Mountain.
I
Yeah.
agree with Joy too. I hate doing depends on. I'm really weird. I will wash clothes all day, but then like even tonight, I'm gonna be washing all night. I'm gonna be folding all day tomorrow. Oh, and putting stuff away and reorganizing. It's gonna
You
be.
need a larger washer then. If it's
I'm spoiled at my job because they have the laundromat industrial size washer and dryers. I wash my blankets, and if I did not have that job, I would not be able to wash my blankets without spending a lot of money. Because I could put like 3 or 4 giant blankets in there at once. I don't know because I used to do it as a job. There's a lot of people I know that would sew for jobs and they hate sewing because it was basically like factory line work. And they're sewing, they have to do 1,000 zippers before lunch.
That used to be one of my jobs, was ironing clothes for my neighbor, because he started a business doing uniform laundry, and he hired me to iron all the clothes.
Oh,
No.
I'm excited. I'm gonna make a few of these shirts too.
Couldn't pay me enough to iron clothes.
Yep,
No.
get the pattern.
You know what's funny?
All that tweed's gonna turn into those shirts.
Hold on, let me see if I
Feel it.
I'll have to go buy the rest of that bolt of pineapple fabric so he can make some pineapple ones.
I'm not kidding you. I already have the pattern. The problem is the first one I made, like, I always think I'm an extra large because the patterns, their sizing is way off. They were right on. So I made one. It's huge. So I have to resize everything. Or maybe I'm that size now.
Katie with an E says, I have a basket between the washer and dryer that holds Fold Mountain.
Oh, that is beautiful. I'm glad it's because I'm not alone. I need to hear this.
What was it?
So in the basement, the laundry room is right behind my work desk. So I've actually been thinking about setting up the ironing board right there to use that as a folding station while I'm working, so that at least that way there I'm getting paid to do it.
That's not a bad idea.
That's a good idea.
One of the reasons I don't want to finish my quilt is because I have to iron everything.
It won't take very long.
I knew that was going to trigger you, Coach. I saw your head. You're like, okay, let me school this young man. Let me school him.
Okay. Never mind. You just got to figure out the day that you want to work on it.
It's coming soon. It's coming soon because I'm looking at it right now. I put it right in front of my face to shame me. So every time I walk in here, I'm like, oh gosh, I need to do that. I need to do that.
Please. Yes. And I'll work on my jacket because Mike has given me quite a few patterns and I've picked one and we're going to make a quilted jacket.
Just teacher mode activated.
I know. It's like you guys saw my head like spin like what?
I need to put one foot in front of the other. That's what I tell people when people are like, I'm overwhelmed, this or that. I'm like, pick one thing and just start. So I need to take my own advice.
Absolutely. I believe in you. I believe in you.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Coach. Let me run another lap.
Do another 3 sit-ups, 2 push-ups.
I was about to say, I had a little bit too much fun eating in Las Vegas. I'm not kidding you. I think one of the reasons I love going is the decadence. Because I could care less about clubbing. I do not get dressed up. I'm a denim type of human. And I was wearing my vests this time. So I was full Canadian tuxedo with my patches on. I did not go there to be dressed up this time. But their food is unimaginably just, it's very Roman. There's food everywhere. You know, it's insane. They still have buffets. They're illegal here in California.
Everything's illegal in California.
I was waiting for it.
So was I.
That's like my line. Like no one else can say that. No, you're good. Yes, lingerie bags for socks because you know what? I know that they eat them up.
Socks.
What washers and dryers do you people buy? I have never lost a sock in the washer or the dryer.
This is the first recorded human ever saying that in the history of the human race.
Let me write this down. At 8:30 on November 2nd.
I'm seriously wearing like a Fruit of the Loom sock and a Hanes sock.
There's a falter in the system.
I'm literally wearing two different socks right now.
So am I.
That's how it works. But you know, they have to feel the same for me.
See,
Or I can't have one thinner than the other, like the sock. But I can wear two different color socks.
See, for me, I have all the same type of sock, just the heel and the toe of each one is a different color.
No. Yeah, I could do
So
that.
I'm like, as long as those two colors match, then I'm good.
I'm not bougie enough for a quilted jacket. You know what?
Neither am
So
I.
Terry, I iron my fabric too. Now that I think about it, I do. And I wash everything I purchase. I know this sounds crazy, like I said, because a long time ago, Singer recommended that you change your needle on every project, but really they wanted you to just buy a bunch of Singer needles. But I think it's smart to change your needle. You know.
So Michelle, do you starch? Yes or no?
What's that?
Michelle, do you starch your fabric?
No.
No. Don't know. Do you
No.
start?
I do not, but someone has gifted me an acorn pen this week.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to try it out for the very first time ever. I'm going to record it as an experience of someone that's never done this before.
See, because I was trying to figure out if that should be my advice towards William when he's making his pants. Should he starch or not? To help.
If you give me starch, I'm gonna start making paper mache people.
Now I did buy.
Please give me starch, please. I can
bought
talk
one
it.
of those acorn pens, and I haven't decided if I like that pen yet or not.
Yeah, I've never actually used it or anything. I've never used starch a day in my life. So this is going to be a whole new experience for me. I had no idea what the world I'm doing.
I love
So
it.
Giovanna, Kilroy, and Michelle have never lost socks.
Yeah.
I'm in that dimension of I lose socks all the time. The sock fairies eat them in the bedroom. Thank you. Thank you. Zaza confirmed. Sock fairies confirmed.
Thank you.
I have a pattern for a quilted jacket and vest. That's awesome.
Amazing.
I have this really old pattern for a quilted jacket, but it's so confusing. I don't start too much collar and cuffs. Oh, you don't starch too much. That's smart though. Collars and cuffs. I never thought about that. Starching reminds me of back when I used to do everything properly. William, do you wash your fabric? Yes. Yes. If you see me working on it, I washed everything.
Okay.
Alibaba, when mine do that, I save the good sock because I know that there's another pair that that one is going to be going soon. So that way I still have a matching pair.
Look at you, girl.
I don't listen.
I'm cheap. I don't want to have to keep buying socks.
Acorn pens are wonderful complex themes. I like that. I hate the Glover pen. It's 1 for 1 against. I lose socks from where? I do too, but I have like my feet are like eagle claws. I have salmon snatchers for feet. So I go through socks. And I wear boots. I wear sneakers in my house because I have tile floors.
We need to moisturize. We need, yes.
Oh, my feet
I
are.
know that you have like a foot tub somewhere in there. Something.
It's still in the box.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
It's kind of there.
People
I
shower
know
my
they
mother.
have nail salons there. Go have a pedicure.
Okay, you're gonna laugh at me.
It'll be the first time.
I am so ticklish. I am so ticklish that unless we'll see what happens. Well, anyways, I don't like when people touch me. I am freakishly ticklish. I don't know. So I could not have someone working on my feet like that.
I am the same way, William. I actually went to try a pedicure once and could not do it. The moment they touched my foot, I kicked.
I wish I wasn't. I'm glad that you said that, Donnell, because everyone got quiet.
No,
I'm
I'm
like, I gotta admit,
freakishly
I cannot do pedicures. I am sitting on the couch with my foot up on the recliner. My son went to reach over to pet Loki, which was laying in between my feet, my Yorkie, and I kicked my foot because he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "You got close to my feet. Stay
I
away."
like this idea, Pam. You are very. I am much more experienced than because it's a pattern I had 2 or 3 years ago. So I'm much more experienced. I'm weird. I don't like people touching me, and like, and there's no trauma. I have a bubble. I'm just weird. I don't know what it is. But if I really like you, we can hang out. But I just don't like random people touching my feet.
no hugs. I'm not a hugger.
See,
Well,
even in the house, I had to have socks and shoes on because I'm like, I'm too scared people are gonna try to touch my feet. So don't do it. No.
oh wow. Oh wow.
Oh.
Christmas basket for William coming. It is of no use in the box. You're right. You're right. I should pull that thing out. No pedicure for me. Nobody needs it.
No, you have it.
I'm weird. I'm weird. I don't like. Thank you, Zaza. Thank you. And it's not even. It's not a personal thing. Like I said, there's no trauma. I don't know what I can't get a massage. I can't like I know somebody that used to have a professional masseuse come by their house and they would always be like, "Oh, just try it." I almost elbowed her in the face.
Oh my god, I would
Like,
love
I'm a
to have
hugger if
masseuse
it's someone
work
that
on
I
me.
know and we're close and we already had that established. But of like giving a hug when I first see you or something like that. But no, I don't want people just coming running up on me, some random stranger. That's just weird creeper.
And I'm not saying this like I'm not like Howie Mandel, who I've actually met in real life. He would be standing back by the chair saying hello. But I'm just, and my real reason is because I'm a born asthmatic. I have a lower immune system. If you are sick and you are within 5 feet of me, you will get me sick. If you didn't wash your hands, you'll get me sick. It's just, so I don't know. I've always been like that.
Now
I'm
I
a
know.
hugger.
Don't touch you. Got it.
No, I'm a hugger. I'm affectionate. I'm just naturally awkward.
Yeah.
I am just born awkward in that sense.
You
And-
just come with warning labels.
So we're
Right.
going to bathe in sanitizer before we get there.
Now I'm a hugger, and even the little girls next door,
Yes.
they were getting ready for the one to go to school, and she gets out of the car. Michelle, I gotta give you a hug, and comes flying over and wraps those little arms around me.
You know what it is too? I'm gonna say it since my family watches my streams. My family was not affectionate when growing up. I just grew up around adults. I was the youngest of people who were like about to retire. So I'm just not like that.
My parents weren't real affectionate either, but somehow I just became the hugger. I love to hug people.
Yeah.
I mean, not everybody, but just, certain people.
Close,
Like if I've
close
gotten to know
friends,
them real
close
well.
friends and stuff like that. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I love, it's like if I meet up with you and we're really close friends and we already have that established that it's okay to do, then yes, I love giving a hug.
I'm just like I hug people every once in a while. It's weird. Maybe I just don't have enough human interaction, even though I see hundreds of people every day from a distance.
Oh,
I've tried. Even I've been like this my whole life. Even in my 30s, I was like, you know what? Let me try to get a massage. Nope, I'm too twitchy. Everybody saw my socks with brand ones, no toe seam. Oh, I need that. I need to know that. I like that. I have a very large foot, and it just kills socks.
you said yours like what, a size 13?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm 5'9" though. I'm a real life hobbit.
Yeah, my husband's 6 foot and he's a size 13.
Yeah, my grandson is like 6 foot something, and he wears between a 13 and a 14.
Yeah.
Pam, I need to start doing this. I'm not even kidding you. Oh, I never thought. I need to start wearing my socks inside out. It's not like anyone's looking. And if you are, we're married.
But you're not getting married again.
If you can see my, I know. Exactly. I've never. Oh, that's such a good idea. I'm gonna start doing it. The worst is when pregnant and people come out and touch your butt.
Yes.
I would
I only
not.
had that experience when I worked in the restaurant industry. Every woman that was behind just had to touch me. I was like, please don't. Please don't.
You know, I was that dad that made people sanitize to their elbows. It was first time parent. I was a first time parent. Still am in a lot of ways because I only have one kid. Patent pending, patent pending.
Okay. One and
You were
done.
gonna cover always always CYA.
My word.
You have a son, you must have hugged someone.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily a hug. It's not required for that.
Yeah, we were hugging. We
Yeah.
were hugging. I wear my socks inside out all the time. I'm gonna do that. It is true though. No, I don't walk around like. You know what? I'm an extremely like a happy person. I get it. I'll hug when it's necessary, when it's socially required. Just let me tell you, if I'm in a hockey game, I'm not gonna hug the guy that I met 2 hours ago. I don't care if we just won the cup. I don't know what you have.
Why would I want to know?
I've seen people make friends, and I'm like, do you know that person? Do you? Oh,
I might live in the South, but I'm still a New Yorker.
but you can't marry your twin.
Yes.
In Alabama, you can.
I'm not moving.
It's the only state in America you can. Why would anyone think that was okay? It's weird to me, touchers in general, but again, I am very much to myself in that sense. So I would never walk up to somebody and just randomly touch them ever. Jesse said, I'm not marrying William again. Yeah, Jesse and William had.
Catch that.
I don't think I said that.
Oh man, I can't believe I'm saying that out loud. Jessica and William had their run. We respectfully see each other once a week. Hey, she came and hang out. We're friends. She's like my cousin. I'll never go away. See, I'm from Alabama. Oh,
He's one and done.
if I come there, I will hug you, William. But we need the transport. Again. Like if I just met you, I'll hug you. I'm not anti-hug. I just don't walk around hugging straight.
He's gonna do the side hug though. I can feel it. He's gonna be like, all right.
Oh no. No, we're full bear hug.
Oh my God.
I couldn't live in the South. I went to Georgia and Alabama once when I was in my teens, and that's way too much of a culture shock. Pennsylvania isn't the sexiest state, but it's my home. I think no matter where you're from, when you go somewhere else, it's culture shock.
Yeah, coming from Florida and St. Petersburg to Morganton, North Carolina was like complete and total culture shock. I'm like, why are these people waving at you when you're driving down the road? And who knew?
So I grew up.
All that.
I grew up
had
in
something
Tennessee.
different.
I grew up in Tennessee, like in the middle of the sticks in Tennessee. My graduating class was 29 people.
Oh wow!
Everybody was hun, babe. Everyone knew. Like I always joke around and tell everybody that the town knew I was pregnant before I knew I was pregnant. When I turned 18,
learned that like when you're driving and you hold one finger up, it means one thing. It means how you doing. 2 fingers is how y'all doing. 5 is how's the family.
Yeah. So then I went on.
You're muted.
Oh
was-
man,
I was
sorry.
like,
I was on the machine. I was on the machine. No, when people do this and they wave like this, they wave like this, like the fingers, you know? You ever seen people do that?
Yeah,
I'm,
I have no idea what that means though.
No, I do this.
oh, you're in the Rose Parade. You're Queen of the Rose. Thank you, Queen of the Rose Parade.
So then, whenever I turned 18, my mom moved us up here to Michigan, 2 miles north of Detroit, middle of the city. And I'm like, I don't have to have a car.
I do. That's the one thing I miss about living in the middle of LA is I didn't need a car because they had trains, buses, and there was literally a train or a bus every 15 minutes.
Yeah, I was like 2 blocks from a bus station.
Yeah, 6 months to a year later, she decides she's going back to Tennessee. I'm like, bye. I'm 18. I'm staying.
I thought that even when I went to Northern California, it was a completely different place. When I lived in Oregon, it is a different planet compared to where I'm from. And then the funny thing is, people from Portland are completely different from people in Seattle. People in Tacoma, Washington are different from people in Seattle. It all depends on where you're from, you know? I always thumbs up when passing the tractors here. Oh gosh, that's the whole biker thing where you hit your helmet.
Yes.
I will say for the record, I think it's dumb because I'm not that coordinated. And one day I'm gonna eat it because I'm doing this to somebody. Dumb.
But see, when you tap the top of your head, when a motorcyclist taps the top of their head, it means that there is a cop up ahead. You're alerting the other drivers.
Here it's a sign of respect. But there's bikers everywhere.
Do you wear like a full helmet or do you wear a skull cap?
Depends on how froggy I'm feeling.
For me, it depends upon how hot it is.
Hey, Skits, how's it going? How's it
Hey,
going?
Skits.
The full helmet makes me feel like Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe. I'm showing my age. I was obsessed with G.I. Joe as a little kid, so I love the full helmet. But it's
So if I'm going to be on the interstate, going at extremely high speeds, I wear full face.
exactly. It depends on how much muck is around you, really.
Yeah, because I don't want to be sitting here with like bugs coming in my face.
Okay.
We guys have a low wave around here. Oh, it's different everywhere. That's so
yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Where's the eagle? If I could get away with it, I would. Oh my gosh, that's like the guy that we're like a lot of people around here have Elmo helmets.
You could wear it in South Carolina because helmets are not required.
We've got a guy that
Ooh.
wears an Elmo helmet, a Cookie Monster helmet,
Oh,
and he also has a truck that he had totally wrapped in purple lights with these giant skeletons in the back.
Oh,
Oh, that'd be so
wow.
cool.
His kid goes to the school I drive for, so I see him practically every day.
Oh my god, that would be so flipping awesome.
One of the
Yeah,
reasons
see,
I
when
wear
we're passing other motorcyclists, we always try and put our hands down like this right here to do a wave to them as we're passing them.
I grew up in where you always had to wear helmets, so to me it's weird not to wear one.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go to South Carolina, you don't have to wear one, but in North
Yeah, I've been
Carolina,
to-
you do.
I've been to too many funerals where the bikers did not wear helmets. So, no, I'm sorry. My brains were put inside of my skull for a reason. I prefer to keep them there.
In a lot of ways, I'm retired. I'm a little too old for rootin', tootin', and scootin'. And if you're from Australia, I love you. Purple people eater, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. I wouldn't even do regular bikes anymore. So if I eat on a regular bike, I'd probably bleed out. Oh, that is true, though. That is true. That is what I meant by low wave.
Oh, okay.
We don't know. Oh, we don't know that if your helmet falls to the ground. If that is true, that is true. If you fall, you better go get a new
Yeah.
helmet. I know someone who's a real life crash test dummy that wears the same helmet they've crashed on like 4 or 5 times. My brother received a slightly used semi. What? Because of a young man not wearing a helmet. Oh, see. Oh, that's the worst. Oh my gosh. My brother
I
just
don't even know what to comment on that.
my brother got hit by forks from a tractor while he was out on his bike. Ugh. Oh my gosh. So if you guys feel like laughing,
Yes. Change of pace.
sitting in my
I'm
car.
on the phone channel. I'm trying to stop.
I'm sitting in my car and I'm chilling
Please
like cool guys
somebody is.
do, like cool people do in Vegas. And I put my seat back and I'm hanging out. And then I went to pull it back. I went to adjust my seat and something happened.
Go ahead.
I pulled the handle off of my car. I hate plastic. Who puts plastic on a metal car? My car is metal.
Oh, you broke
Ford.
it.
Ford, I'm looking at you, Ford. You're making me feel like I'm the Jolly Green Giant sitting in my own car. Ford, I'm looking at you. And who makes these cheap plastic things? I had never seen this thing before. I just pulled on it 100,000 times.
It looks like a comma.
Maybe that was the life it sends.
My car is not that old, relatively speaking. I
Maybe
broke my
the
shoulder in a
life
bicycle.
expectancy of that handle was only 100,000.
I am so sorry, Giovanna. Like, this is insane. I was like, needless to say, I was not excited.
Are you permanently in a, or did you fix it so that you could sit back up?
No, this is broken. I have to get a new part. That's why I brought it in here, because I want to get parts numbers and everything. This is like the plastic piece is completely broken.
But you were able to get your seat back up, right?
No, because I didn't bring my tools with me.
Uh-huh.
But now I'm at my house. I'm just going to put a pair of channel locks on it and move on
A
with my
man
life.
with no tools in the trunk of his car?
Yeah, this is very sketchy.
No, because I don't want my car broken into. Do you know how expensive my tools are? Those things, if they're just sitting in my car, that is the number one thing. I have a Ford Flex. Technically, I don't have a trunk. At any moment, you can walk by my car and look in it, and those are shiny. I will hurt somebody over my tools. So needless to say, I didn't bring
like up underneath where you could hide.
I had
Just
cheap
basic
set
tools?
put in there to have as a backup.
Excuses.
I didn't think it was a toolie trip. I didn't know I was gonna be breaking stuff.
I mean, even I have tools in my car.
And my Leatherman failed.
If you're going on a trip further than walking distance from your house, it's a toolie trip.
Man fail.
I'm not trying, man.
Fail.
I'm not trying to have anyone break into my car, especially in my tool pouch. I would fight someone if they took my. I'm looking at it to make sure it's still there. I love my tool pouch. Hey, Jen, how's it going? Hello,
Hey,
hello.
Jen.
And they're press formed in Mexico. They are. Thank you. Thank you. What is it? I have a Ford. I am getting tool shamed. You're going to keep a few times in your car in LA. No, this is real. They actually tell us this. Do not keep change anywhere that's visible. That's a real LA rule.
I don't think I can live over there. I'm just too country.
I did that to a friend's car. All I wanted to do was move the seat back. See, I was so mad.
Go buy a cheap set to put in your truck, in your car, so that way that you got it for an emergency purposes. It doesn't have to be nice. It's just a cheap set for an emergency.
Do you have a Harbor
Freight? Love Harbor Freight tool. I own a Harbor Freight.
Harbor Freight tool is cheap enough to replace if they get stolen.
My daughter left my car open all night Friday and nothing happened. Well, it's different. Where I live, you have the high potential of getting your car broken into. And also, let's be real, Vegas, anything south of the stratosphere, that's everybody's on something down there. Vegas is no joke. People come from all around the world to sleep on the streets of Las Vegas and cause all kinds of mayhem and do all kinds of crazy things. So I don't put it past anybody.
Well, then bring the tool bag out with you when you leave the car.
Even more of a target because they see you schlepping stuff back and forth to your room, so they're going to break in your room.
Much work.
You're trying to get me beat up. I'm kidding. I was so,
Listen, dude. Listen, this is coming from someone that actually had their vehicle freaking stolen, okay?
I was so mad because the one time I don't bring my tools, something breaks in my car. Because channel locks will fix anything and everything. I'm just gonna put channel locks on it and move on. Because I know the second I put channel locks on it.
Channel locked inside of your glove box. It can't be seen there.
Giovanna, it's like that here. It's not the first time. My keys have been on the outside of my door all night.
Wow.
I couldn't do that. I wouldn't be able to sleep. I have to know where my keys are.
I double check the locks and set the alarms on the vehicles before I go to bed every night, including the doors and the windows of the house.
All my LA County people, where's your 9 p.m. check? If you live in LA County, you know what the 9 p.m. check means. The sheriffs have this commercial out that says, have you done your 9 p.m. check? Have you checked your car? Have you walked outside? You have to do a perimeter check of your house.
No.
Okay, that's just a little much.
No,
I'm not living in a place like that.
Make sure your car's locked because unlocked cars are just an opportunity. I'm about way out in the country. I've accidentally left the gate open on my car overnight a bunch of times. All that might happen is one of my neighbors might come by and close it for me. I toured the Channel Lock Factory in Medville, PA. One hell of an operation. I would love to go see something like this. The tours like this remind me of Mr. Rogers. Whenever I go in big factories, I'm always like, oh, real life Mr. Rogers. This is awesome. I love that man. He taught me so much.
Field trip.
Oh, come on. I can hear the music now. Here, I sleep with my window open all night. See, that's different, though. I can sleep with my window open as well. I'm more of a fan guy. I'm way more of a fan guy. And I live in the outskirts. It's not like I live in the middle of the city, but yeah, where I live, they have the 9 p.m. Check. 9 times out of 10, when we get a call about items stolen from a car, the owner has left it unlocked. Thank you. Thank you. I'm telling you, people who don't lock their cars, to me, that's crazy.
Yeah, my husband is like habitual about leaving his wallet in the car. I'm like, seriously, dude? Your wallet?
Our next door app is nothing but lost.
I'm like, I don't care.
But lost pets and people complain about cars. Thank you. Getting broken into.
Yeah, having grown up in Florida, it's just automatic for me to lock doors and the car and the whole bit.
That's crazy. That's just crazy to me. It's part
Yeah,
of
I actually have my car fixed in a program now to where the moment my key gets far enough away from my car, it automatically sets the alarm.
This automatically does that.
Gilroy, that would be me.
Put on my
And I have right there. Just in case I happen to forget.
A lot of that stuff doesn't go on around here, but every once in a while it does. Our Ring, the Ring app, man, I never knew that my neighborhood was so busy until I got the Ring.
Yes.
Yeah, cars up and down the road, non-freaking stop. It's like, stop, people, go away.
Well, you can actually go into the app and remove some of those little areas and everything that constantly sets it off, so that way, at least then it's not killing off your battery so quickly.
Yeah, I've done that.
I invested in that once my truck was stolen woke up first year of COVID. I woke up on Mother's Day morning to my truck being stolen. And it's recovered the next morning by the Detroit police after it's been like the whole smash and grab into a Dollar General or Family Dollar, whatever it was.
Yay, hello. My squirrels, I didn't think about that. Here, we have to think about skunks, possums, and raccoons that live in your car that sit in front of your house. As someone who has a truck that sits in front of his house.
Have you ever seen a bear condition?
So, you know.
No.
Oh, he's back there smoking a cigar right now, watching the live stream. Feet up on.
I'm surprised all those fireworks the other night didn't scare him off for a little bit.
I thought he was gone. I go in my backyard and handle business. I just don't go in the shed. I thought he was gone, but it's on my roof.
See, I'd go out there and start tapping on the shed and around the outside of it and see if you couldn't scare him out and then lock the shed.
I did that because there was one time I came out there and I can't remember what video it is, but like I was shooting and he came out and I said, "You are not going to stop me." And I just was posing right in front of the raccoon. He was in the tree watching me and I was like, "You are not going to stop me, raccoon. You are not going to have to stop me at all." But ever since that day, I haven't seen him. They're smart. It's kind of like mice. You see a mouse, you put a trap out, you will never see that mouse again. It's like deer during hunting season. When I lived in Oregon, they were eating flowers. People were hitting them with their car. Second hunting season started, you wouldn't see a deer until
because they got the notice.
If you don't have anything of value in your car, the car costs a lot more to fix. Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. I'd be so mad if someone broke my window. And like I travel heavy. I'm the Maharaji of stuff. So I brought my Shure microphone, like, you know.
Okay.
And I didn't even use it, but I had to bring my.
It was an in case. Though,
right?
Giovanna, for me, a busted window of any kind, $50. That's all it costs me.
It's outrageous here. It's a racket where I live.
I think,
well, my insurance, I have it so that it covers, all the windows and all that. So $50 to replace a windshield the other day when my car broke down over the summer.
Katie, this happens to you. I had to turn the sensitivity down on my Ring because it was driving me crazy. Nobody around here has the Ring thing except for one person. He just got the Ring mailbox gadget that tells you that somebody got the mail. Then he is the network. That person is the network then. Urban raccoons aren't. No, they're not. They're not scared of. I'm telling you, right now, the raccoon's doing push-ups with a picture of me on the wall, throwing darts at the picture of me on the wall. It mocks me because we have opposite hours. That thing mocks me. And then because I have rings, I have cameras. When I leave to go to work, that thing's on my roof. I drove off one day and I'm like, I'm driving off with a raccoon on my roof. As I'm driving, I could see this stupid thing. I'm like,
I'm going to call him Rocky.
I'm over it.
Can you see him doing the...
I'm so over that raccoon. And he hides well. Let's just put it that way. Because I do get in a mood every once in a while. And I'm like, but the thing, like I said, the city has this whole elaborate thing you have to do.
Giovanna, trash pandas might be cute, but they're a pain in the butt.
Okay. Have you seen the difference between an American possum and an Australian possum? Australian possums look like Star Wars characters. They're beautiful. They're cute. They have big ears and little faces. The American possum looks like a giant rat.
Australian possums?
Yes, look it up.
I am.
Because they were separated, they had a different evolution, and they're cute compared to American possums.
Oh, they are adorable.
They're adorable.
Oh, they're so cute.
Oh,
Hold on, let me make you big. Hold on, let me make you big. Compare that to the rat thing we have in America. Look at
how adorable they are.
Oh, I want one.
Raccoon. Australian possums they remind me of a Star Wars character.
Even their tails are fuzzy. They don't look like that.
I want one.
I don't like
raccoons. Sit on my shoulder during my live streams.
Have your husband 3D print you one.
There is something unreal about our possums compared to an Australian one.
But they're moving north. Like you never used to be able to find them in upstate New York near Canada, and now they're up there.
That's funny.
Speaking of possums, I went outside earlier and everything after my live stream. after the first one,
Yeah.
and there was a dead possum in the street. I'm like,
I need to call my
I
cousin.
hate seeing any type of animal that gets hit by a car.
He
I'm
played
not going to have that conversation. I will stop talking.
That's something that I learned when I moved up here, is that the possum is a very flat animal that lives in the middle of the road.
I mean, I understand they're gonna get hit, and possums can be hassles and everything and all, and stuff, but I just hate seeing any animal getting killed in front
You know
of
what?
me.
Do you know what's funny, Zaza? Is they're very docile. They keep Lyme disease down. They eat ticks. They have a purpose, way more than a raccoon. They just look. They look.
They look vicious.
And they look. I have a disdain for rats. They look like giant white rats to me.
I know. I was sitting out on the front porch one night a couple years back, and I literally watched one walk right across in front of me, and I'm like, you just keep on doing what you're doing. You just get all them ticks and all that other.
Absolutely.
Before I put a fence up, we had a possum that would come up on the porch, and I'd turn on the light, and he'd just be sitting there.
I had a frog that used to do that. He would literally wait for me to open the front door to go sit outside, and he'd jump inside the house.
Oh,
See,
no.
I would hang out with a frog.
In the house more than outside.
Yeah,
I would-
Giovanna, I could actually see the blood on the road from where he got hit.
They're so ugly. They're cute. We have them right across the New York border. That's so funny. I had no idea they were migrating north.
Yeah. The tractor trailers, I'm assuming that's what brought them up.
Are you sure it was? I don't... We have lots of ticks here. We have those turbo squirrels that like to they do that move where they kind of run in the street and they don't. Man, don't get in front of my car. I still remember the day I hit a squirrel. My son saw the thing spin and he's like, "Is that going to be alive?" I said, "It's okay." And I just kept driving.
Survival of the fittest.
I was powering. There's this one strip by my house. It's like NASCAR. And it's bad. The cops wait for locals. They sit there and wait for locals because we go through there 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Okay, my driving would drive you insane because I had a squirrel run out in front of me the other day. I actually hit my brakes for it, and my son goes, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "It was a squirrel."
I believe in, I say this, I am a complete and utter tree hugger in a way. I love animals, but I believe in humans over everything. If you're in the way of me and my truck, good luck.
I've run over a couple of raccoons that run out in front of me. It's like, oh well.
I would probably, if I hit an animal with my car, I would probably get out and cry. I'm not gonna lie.
It wasn't on purpose, and let's keep in mind, I cried over, and this is an actual cougar. Get your minds out of the gutter. I called the animal control and sat there with a real cougar because someone hit it with its car. It was a 210-pound cat. So I'm not anti-animal. I'm just saying.
Now there's certain areas where I drive the bus that I will automatically just slow down.
Yeah.
Because I know where the deer are. And I will just slow down so I don't hit them because they're about stupid and run out in front of me. But if it's a rabbit, a coon, squirrel, whatever, sorry.
I'm heartless because I grew up in a farm setting. So I have a different view. And in no way, shape, or form am I condemning anybody. But I don't name animals.
So Donnell, you live in my house. My mom's car, we called it the cat killer car because she literally twice, maybe 3 times a year, she'd run over a cat because they were stupid.
Crazy.
I used to have a newspaper route, and I always had to have the newspapers delivered before 7 a.m. I'd have to pick them up at like 4 in the morning and have them delivered before 7. And so one day on a weekend during my route, because on the weekends the husband always went with me since he was off work so he could help me. And so one day on a weekend and everything, we were getting to the route and everything. Someone hit a cat that ran out on the street, and they kept going. We actually stopped, picked up the cat, and then took the cat to the vet and unfortunately he didn't make it. But
absolutely, Terry. around here, we have squirrels that have lived around humans so much that we have to tell our children, do not go near the squirrel. Like that's a thing in my town. Do not go near the squirrels. They are not what you think they are.
Don't feed them. Don't look
Yep.
at them.
They're not, and they're not scared of us. It's the weirdest thing. I would like we put our town in front and then say squirrels. It's the strangest thing. Is we at all the parks we tell kids they're not your friends.
Every time I think of a squirrel, I think of that animal on Ice Age.
Oh, I miss those movies. To my son, if you're watching, why did you have to grow up? Why did you have to grow up?
Look how much pain he's in right now.
I miss all those movies. Oh, they all had morals and everybody was happy at the end. The squirrel always.
God. So, have you guys ever seen the cartoon movie Secret of the NIMH?
Years and years and years ago.
Same. That's something I haven't rewatched in a while.
Do they have no year?
Yeah, turns out she wanted both of them to be no year on it.
I ran over a woodchuck. Oh wow.
But yeah, so earlier after my live stream, the second one, I left my other screen playing for a little bit and everything, not even thinking about it. When I came back in here, Secret of the NIMH was playing on YouTube on it. I'm like, I've not seen that since I was like in my 20s, I think.
Those always get activated on my, because I fall asleep to YouTube and I'll wake up and I'm like, why am I watching Three Men and a Baby? What happened? What the heck? But YouTube will just throw in some rando movie. And I'm like, I'm 2.5 hours into it. I'm like, might as well finish it. I've already been watching the whole thing. It happens all the time. All the time.
You make better life choices.
YouTube actually, I think because it's it is tracking us, but it's not a human. It's an algorithm. You say something, it gets saved. It's trying to sell it to you, whatever. But they're pretty accurate.
Not everybody's gonna watch Secret of the NIMH.
They're pretty accurate. They're on the stuff that there's something will come on. I'm like, I'll watch this. I'll watch it, even though it was recommended by a computer.
Goonies.
See, but that's different. I'll watch Goonies. I own it on VHS, DVD, probably Betamax. Laser. I have it on Laserdisc.
I was about to say Laserdisc. That was my next one. Nice. It's on an 8-track. Who knows? Right.
I've said this a gajillion times. At my job, we still have a working 8-track player.
Nice.
They're like monkeys in Kenya. I couldn't imagine. I watch videos from people around the world when, because I've never been around a Komodo dragon that wasn't in a zoo. When a Komodo dragon runs in a building, everybody's like, bye. And they literally just, those things are vicious. I had no idea. Yeah. I have neighbors who feed them. If you sit outside, they come and lay down. And there's also a video. I don't know where these people are, but there was a giant snake in a roof. Does anyone remember that? That lives rent-free in my head. That video is rent-free in my head.
No, thank you.
I love DreamWorks. I used to love squirrels. Yes, if you save them.
If I find out that there's a giant snake in my roof, I'm moving.
It fell through the roof.
It can have the house.
Depends on what kind of snake it is.
They were,
as long as it's not and I mean any kind of snake is edible, whether it's poisonous or not.
Oh, Jesus.
you know what? I go by the locals.
What?
No, I go by what the locals say, and they were running, and they're from there. They were running. So if I see a local running, I'm gone. I'm gone. If you're from there and you're like, oh, that snake, that's a big snake, and you start running, I'm gonna say, oh no, it's poisonous. I'm out. I mean, my head on that 8-track has needed to be cleaned for the past 20 years. I had a beat on the head of I can't believe it still works. Honestly, it's the one that my dad had this rando. When I was a kid, I listened to a lot of radio, and I found this 8-track, and he's like, you could have it. And in 2008, I put it in the shop at my job, and it still works.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, we have it hooked up to a bunch of speakers. The same speakers we watch YouTube through. It's weird. No, because on one end, you have an 8-track player that still works, and then we're like, everybody's like, what do you want to watch? We're like putting our phones and like sending it to the thing. Like, oh, we'll watch this. Let's watch this. My mom used to give eggs to a monkey every day. My grandmother would feed birds. Her house was like San Juan Capistrano. And I'd be like, Grandma, what are all these scraps for? She's like, the birds. And she would have every type of bird you could possibly think of in her backyard.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah, she loved them. She had bird baths. She had multiple. She loved birds.
I have a bird bath in my front yard and my backyard. And I have a bird feeder in my backyard for like seeds and stuff like that for the small birds in the area.
Thank you, Giovanna. The biggest snake is an anaconda, and that can swallow you. That's a triple. Nope, nope, nope. As I'm running, nope, 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 nope. Oh no. I don't know if my
That's a hug I
HR.
don't want to get.
What's that?
So that's a hug I never want to feel.
Never.
No.
So big snake.
That's a no touch song.
Big snake problems. If your snake is ever doing that, it's sizing you up. If you're like, oh, my snake is wrapping itself around me, it loves me. No, it's sizing you up, literally.
Yeah.
Have you ever owned a snake? You look like
My-
a snake guy.
No, actually, I've been traumatized twice. When
Okay.
I was a little kid, my neighbor owned, at that time, it was like a 9-foot boa constrictor. And I went in my backyard to go play, and the thing was in my backyard.
He got out.
And so I went and told my dad, and my dad went and told the neighbor, come get your effing snake before I wear it as a belt. I'll never forget that. Because my neighbor was a teenager. He was a teenager. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. That thing was giant. And as a teen, let's just say I knew someone that owned illegal Argentine boa constrictors, and they fed them rabbits, and it traumatized me. Sorry, I'm not that farmish.
Okay.
Yeah, my daughter,
No.
when she got her snake years ago, the first thing they did was they brought it over to me, and when she held it out the window, she put it right in my face and it kissed me on the mouth. I'm like, hello.
Yeah, see, I'm terrified of snakes. So, but back in the day, my early college years, I was going to school for veterinary technician. I'm like, eventually someone's going to bring in a snake. So I got to get past my fear. So I went and got a snake. My husband helped me out and everything. I try to work myself past it. Since I decided not to go that route in the field and everything, I decided snake can go.
Yeah, see, I've never had any fear of snakes or spiders or anything like that.
Oh,
I mean, they
got a
might
huge
surprise
I'll
fear.
be right back.
No, I don't have fear with those animals.
used-
See, when I
I used to play with them in Florida, and then, the
For me, a
spiders
lot of
and
it is the
stuff.
fact that when I was younger and everything, my two younger brothers used to catch snakes out in the wild out in Tennessee and then chase me with them. And so now I have like this huge fear of snakes, and it doesn't help any of that. I'm not going to stand around close enough to see whether you're venomous or not. So, no.
I used to go around all the time picking them up in Florida and playing with them and playing with the frogs, catching the lizards and wearing them as earrings, and
That's interesting. Earrings.
yeah. You tap them on their little mouth and get them to open their mouth. Then you put them on your ear, and as long as their feet don't touch anything, they'll hang there all day long.
Okay.
I'll pass.
I was a tomboy of some sort, so
I mean, I climbed trees and made mud pies and played cops and robbers, but no.
yeah.
No.
I have an extreme fear of snakes, and I remove rattlesnakes from my area. It's a weird thing. I get paid to remove rattlesnakes every summer, and I'm scared, but
I scream for the closest guy around to come remove whatever object or item it is that is freaking me out, and I will leave that area.
I usually
Michelle
end
can
up with,
testify to that because I found a snake in my room. I mean, not a snake, but a spider in here, and I screamed.
she did.
Mainly
Freaked
because
out.
of the fact that it came out from under the fabric, and I did not know it was in here.
And I'm the type, I will catch the little spider and I will take him outside and tell him he'd be happier outside.
Well, my husband would catch him and put him outside too, but no, I'm not going over to you. I'm like, I went out there. I'm like, you need to come give an eviction notice.
I forgot about this, and it's just dry enough.
That
Then
jersey?
again, I also came in here one day and found a honeybee in my bird's cage.
I thought
I'm
we were
like,
friends.
babe, I'm like, babe, one of your girls are loose. You need to come save my bird.
Yeah, we've had apparently after Helene come through, it disturbed a nest somewhere, somebody's hives, something, because there are bees everywhere and they come flying in my bus and come hovering around me. And I'm like, okay, come on, you need to go back outside.
Now, see, normally I would just open up a window and wait for it to leave on its own free will. But my air conditioner is still in my window, so I can't just open up my window. I don't even know how it got in here. But it was one of our honeybees that was inside my bird cage.
I just try to catch them and, shoo them outside.
Me and Michelle just took over the show.
Please do. No, go ahead. Please continue.
That
My
jersey
coffee's
is
fully kicked
disgusting.
in now. It's gone.
The reason I got, well, first of all, I found a real Washington Nationals jersey in the bin. I found this in the bin. So I literally paid like $0.25 for this. But I wear this because it has a W, and I'm a W.
You paid too much. It's okay though.
Oh, and it fits too. I can close this one at the bottom, unlike my Dodger jersey. I'm going to walk into work wearing this, and they're going to be like, yep, you were abducted by aliens. You were abducted by aliens.
Yeah, Giovanna, I'll take a piece of paper and I'll catch the stink bugs and take them back outside.
I learned real quick at a young age, you can't mess with those things. You need to send them on their way because they will make your house reek.
That's why I catch them on a piece of paper and then I throw the whole paper and everything out the door.
As a little kid, I played with baby rattlers. My dad almost had a heart attack. I would have, because they can't control their venom. They are like,
Oh my God.
they are the worst. We have loads of bees in my garden. In the state of California, I don't know if there was a bee shortage or something. We have bee boxes everywhere here. Wherever there's open space, it's the strangest thing.
I have 4 hives in 4 beehives that are fully stocked in my backyard behind my garage.
That's crazy to me.
Well,
There
they
are-
are.
And one hive can hold, during the high end of their season, are about 60 to 80,000 bees in one hive.
William, a lot of those beehives get transported by trailer to various farms during different seasons to help pollinate the plants.
Yep.
I was wondering, they're everywhere, and we have beekeepers everywhere. It's the strangest thing.
Yeah, they're probably the pollinators for a lot of the farms around.
Because we have a
Yeah, 'cause-
ton of unincorporated land. I live on the outskirts, so there's a lot of open land here. And there's
Yeah,
just
it's because honeybees can travel up to 3 miles away from their hive at a time in order to pollinate plants.
crazy.
Yeah, so beekeepers will actually rent the hives out to the farmers to pollinate whatever crop it is, and then they'll come back and they'll get the hives and move them on to the next farm and so on and so forth.
I think that's interesting. When I was in the 7th grade, we were given the option to buy a frog for science class for 50 cents. I used to keep the frog. As a pet, so of course I bought one. We trigger warning. We dissected pigs.
No,
Now,
that's
most
not a
we
trigger
have,
warning for me.
I did that in microbiology class and everything. I was in a group with 3 guys, and I was the only one that was willing to cut it open.
I dissected everything up to the frog, and then I made my lab partner do the frog. And for like an extra credit, if we could get the skin off the frog, we did. Well, what she did was she put the scissors right at the joint of the frog foot,
Yeah.
closed her eyes, turned her head, cut, and that foot went flying across the room, never to be seen again. I'm on the floor dying of laughter. I got in so much trouble for that one.
So Terry, my school was like this too. They just gave you the frog, and they were like, "Okay, if you want to pass science class, you got to do this." They would tell us, "This is literally your whole grade." What they were saying was, if you freak out too hard, we will fail you.
Yeah, I came into microbiology class one day and it was already on the table pinned, and the guys were like, "Nope." I'm like, "Give me the scalpel."
We dissected
I'm
bull's
like, "It's already
eyes.
dead. I had no problem with it.
Ugh,
I
I'm the
just
same.
can't kill it myself." So
We never dissected anything. I wonder when they stopped doing that. At least around here, they stopped doing that.
It became illegal when you were in school.
Much
I don't know
like
if they
sewing.
still
No.
do that now or not.
I've had these experiences, and we're the same age.
I had these experiences too. So somewhere after
Somewhere.
the effect, there was
my
something.
boys have not had the experience in high school. So
It's really expensive. I've looked up even owl pellets, and it's like $500 for just 30 of them.
Wow.
And I'm like, I can't afford this.
Come to the ranch. There's owls everywhere.
Well, then start picking up their poop for me, okay? Get somebody on it.
I'm gonna try not to go too south, but we have lots of bats around here, and like people get the bat guano.
Mhm.
I love
good
that.
fertilizer.
And it's really weird, especially this time of night. You can when it's sunset, the bats they're really out there at sunset. It's the craziest thing.
I love bats. There used to be one that would roost literally on the side of a brick column outside of the Staples that I worked at. And if I was out there watching him, he'd raise his little head and hiss at everybody that walked by. But I could walk up to him and talk to him, and he was just as good as gold. He liked me for some reason. He's like, "This is my friend.
He was
She's
a vampire."
protecting me."
They don't do that anymore. I wouldn't think that they do that anymore. Probably I know. Oh, because I eat fish, but no meat. I might do that diet one day, but I'm a meat eater.
I couldn't do it. I like beef and chicken too much.
I don't know if I could successfully stop eating meat right now, though. If you think about it,
I don't do beef a whole lot, but I cannot give up chicken.
if you think about it, it's kind of nuts that they had kids take frogs apart. They could have taught
Your
the same
brain
stuff.
needs the protein, so you've got to be able to eat beef and stuff.
I couldn't imagine a world without it. Let's just put it that way. And every person I've ever known to go vegetarian has made themselves sick, but I feel like they didn't do it in a real way because they go from eating meat until they just completely abstain.
Yeah, there's a way of going about it.
So yeah, Goodwill bins. Coach doesn't approve. This is beautiful.
It's just because it's a national jersey. We can put W's on everything else, okay? You're a winner.
I love the W. I even wore a W hat for a long time, but it confused people. So I went back to my
I have a
hat.
W wall at my house, and it's not for you. Oh, see, they don't even know my last name, but it starts with a W. But yes,
That's what I'm saying. Team W.
and it's like I have a huge W wall, like I made during COVID.
Come on, Team W.
Here we are. We're winners.
Yep, my last name starts with a W.
Okay, that's 3 of us. Donnell, goodbye. Bye. You have been voted out.
I'm not loved no more.
You got to figure out.
I'm gonna have to change my name.
Your middle name's Wilma, right?
Winnipeg.
Sure.
I had a few Wilmas in my family.
She likes Wendy's. Do you like Wendy's?
Yes.
Sorry, Alexa is doxing me right now.
Zaza, I just made 2 packs of bacon this afternoon for next week. I can't live without bacon either. And a pineapple.
You want to talk about your pineapple experience, Michelle?
Oh my God.
You
I made my husband go to Wendy's and get me a pineapple under the sea frosty. And oh my God, it was so good. I went online and found a copycat recipe.
Wow.
I'll share it with you.
My daughter got really ill when she was a vegan. She couldn't process. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I could ever stop for the amount of. I eat bacon like it's candy.
See, now you got a new name.
Roasted bacon, maple syrup, pepper.
Donwell.
Donwell.
That's too Spaniard for me. Donwell sounds like the really slick guy that just took your girlfriend. Hello. My name is Donwell. I'm about to take your girlfriend right now. Patent pending. We just invented something.
Hold on.
Donwell.
Hold on.
Hello. My name is Donwell.
Got it.
You are the 6-fingered man. Prepared to die. Oh, Donwell needs a hat, though. Donwell definitely needs. Bacon is a food staple. I like hot dogs and burgers too much.
Sausage from my daughter's pigs is a staple food as well.
It all depends on the hot dog. I don't eat any hot dog.
When I was a kid, my father took me to the Alpo plant and the Farmer John plant. I still eat food. And I've worked at 2 slaughterhouses, and I still eat meat. And I bet that place created more vegetarians than they ever could have thought. But a lot of bacon is now gross. That's true. I fry everything on the pan. So if it doesn't come out on the pan, you're done in my house. A lot of bacon is too flimsy.
Yeah, I have to get the thick cut and a specific brand.
Mm-hmm.
One that doesn't have all the nitrates and other nasty stuff in it.
Just a spot of my tea at Williams Dunwell. Williams Dunwell. Hello, my name is Dunwell. I feel like Dunwell needs a mustache too.
I'm not good at mustache.
Ones.
Like they put on all the politicians in those hats.
One of those that comes out and curls up.
Oh, we definitely need an 1879 barber mustache.
Yes, like
look like you're playing for the Oakland Athletics 1879.
Hold on.
Big mustache. Oh, now I'm hungry again. I eat all of this. This is good stuff. Here it's prosciutto. Oh, that's good too.
Can he look like Yosemite Sam?
I'm here for it. See, now I need the giant hat, though. You need the
handlebar mustache.
And Dunwell was born. I don't know why this accent is just coming out. Dunwell.
Hey, you do it really well. Thanks.
Oh, it just reminds me about 15 people I know.
So when you see them on Monday or Tuesday or Thursday, whenever it is, you're like, Dunwell.
I love Salvador Dali. That man was so demented.
I am so happy I cleaned the eyeliner off of my bottom eyelids earlier.
I have a few Salvador Dali books.
I do too. I love every time I go to St. Pete, I have to go to the Dali Museum. That is just a given.
I've been to a Dali museum, but I don't think it's the one you're talking about.
No, the one in St. Pete is actually the Salvador Dali Museum.
I'm talking about Dollywood.
Yeah, I've never been to Dollywood over in Tennessee.
It's a bucket list thing. You should go. Have you ever been to any really hokey amusement parks? Like rinky-dink amusement parks?
Yes.
Dollywood's somewhere in between that and
I've never been to Dollywood, and I don't really have the desire to go.
I went once in like grade school field trip. Not telling how many years ago that was though.
50.
It feels like it.
See, I was a kid in like middle school, maybe 6th grade when I first went to the Salvador Dali Museum, and it was like an immediate, that was my artist. And I don't know why until I became older and learned, okay, the man is just, he was just freaking demented.
Absolutely. There's a I've read a bunch of Umberto Eco books. He's off the rails. Sesame Place is corny. See, I need to know this. Is this the Sesame Street theme park? I've seen a bunch of videos about it. Nothing good. I've been to county fairs that are better than certain parks. King's Dominion in VA. That sounds scary. Hey, Andrea, how you doing? I'm off to bed. Thank you so much for stopping by, Giovanna.
Hey,
Hi,
Andrea.
Giovanna.
Bye, Giovanna.
Hey, Andrea.
Hey, how's it going? Hello. I still remember the My So-Called Life song that will go down in infamy. The SpongeBob song is now stuck in my head. Yay! Hello. Who lives in a
Sugar
pineapple
Tears
near the
Alive.
sea? And kind of blind and never wears his glasses, does he? My so-called life. My so-called life. You can tell. Well, actually, no, I got a lot of sleep last night. The drive made me extremely tired though. Dutch Wonderland sucks. Good to know. No, we're not ending. We're just saying bye to Giovanna and hoping that she has a great night. I went to Las Vegas on Thursday morning, Friday morning. And I got back today, so I'm like I'm rode hard and put out wet. I'm all over the place. I had a good time. I need a driver, though. I'm not kidding you. When I finally win the lottery in life, I'm going to get a driver. Can you, like, have a driver? Can you just look at your driver and be like, take me to Utah, please?
I'm just going to get on a
Why
plane.
not?
Will you drive me to Virginia, sir?
No, it's got to be North Carolina.
Will you drive me to North Carolina,
Thank
please?
you.
Not really any hokey amusement parks in PA. There are a few smaller ones that aren't ultra new, but that's because they're 70 plus years old and they're trying to balance history. Wow. That's like the Cabazon dinosaur. They keep on painting it. But unless you've seen Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure, you really wouldn't know that things existed unless you're out in the freeway.
I didn't know it still existed.
Oh, it's still there. There's actually a few of them, and you can go inside of them.
Oh.
They're gift shops.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, my shirt says Ohio isn't real. It's a long story. But I love this shirt. Do you know what's so funny? There is no in between when it comes to Ohio. People either love it or they either hate it or they say I'm from Ohio.
I hate it because I'm in Michigan, and anytime I want to go anywhere, I have to go through Ohio, and it feels like the longest state in the world to get through.
Count from
No, that
my
would be Georgia.
from my house to the state of Oregon is 15 to 16 hours going north on the same road. You don't have to ask for directions. If you're going north in California, just literally just start heading north.
Oh my goodness.
Could you imagine 15 hours just to leave the state?
No. Screw that.
But where I live, it takes like, if you go 2 hours in any other direction, you're out of the state. Well, 4 in any other direction, you're out of the state. Don't go to Hershey Park. You'll spend the whole day walking. It's so spread out. Seattle was like that before they tore the dome down. Actually, you know what? I want to go see the Kraken. Hockey stadiums are now on my list, now that I think about it. I have this weird list of going. I've been to every ballpark from Seattle to Texas. Well, Minneapolis. And I want to go to every ballpark, but now I have to add hockey stadiums to that too, because in Seattle they have a beautiful dome.
Well, you got to go to the fish market too.
I've been there, and it's everything that they say it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, because of my age, I watched The Real World, Seattle. So when I got there, I had high expectations, and it was not like what I expected.
I forgot that show even existed.
I was glued to the television during that era. That was my era.
Let's see, Andre, I have family in Tennessee. So anytime I go down there, I feel like Ohio will never end. I can actually fall asleep and wake up 5 hours later and still be there. I'm like, why are we not out of this one yet?
No, just miss them. You guys should all come to Vegas because they all perform there. Oh, great times. Great times. They were really big then. Yes, does it feel that? It really depends on where you live. I have a bias because I'm on the West Coast. But I'm one of those weird people. I love and hate driving.
I love driving and everything. I just don't want to see just one state for hours and hours and hours.
I love the open road. Like, even on the way coming home, I love just looking out in the desert. But I will say, I don't know how somebody could live out in the middle of nowhere. I'm talking about you got a garage, trailer, and a house, and you are out, and there's just you're in endless desert.
There's nothing.
I don't know how those people live there. And I mean, there's nothing around.
Oh, wow.
That reminds me, I need to look something up. Let's look up what California City. I have to know what it looks like. What? They have 1,500 people that live there. When you're driving in Mojave, there's signs out in the middle of nowhere. It says California City. California City. I see cars. I saw a bunch of cars going up there. I'm like, where are you guys going? Where in Hades are you going? Because we're in the middle of the desert. I have to look and see what it looks like. They have a high school. What? California City is located north in Antelope Valley in Kern County, USA. It's 100 miles north of the city of Los Angeles, and the population is 14,973. Covering 200 square acres, California City has the third largest land area of any city in the state of California. Good grief, you're in the desert, kids.
Yes, Zaza, I agree. That screams horror movie living in the middle of nowhere.
I pass it, and you know what's really funny? They're making it look beautiful in the pictures right now. It's just weird to me. And let's be real. The Air Force base is out there. There's Yermo, there's the Marine base out there. There's all kinds of crazy stuff out there. But this is a city out in the middle of nowhere. I'm gonna go there, but they would know I'm not from there.
Yes. Just by when you open up your mouth and talk, they'll be like, oh, yes, he's out of town.
It's just, one day I want to pull off. And the only reason it even popped in my mind is because today I was driving by at relatively speaking before noon and I saw a bunch of cars going there. And I was like, how do you guys live there? Is this a functioning city? I have so many questions.
Well, you said there was an Air Force base over there?
There's quite a few, though. There's Edwards Air Force Base, which the Air Force Base goes for 600 miles, 700. It's insanely huge.
Yeah.
You know, they own basically half of the Mojave Desert is Edwards Air Force Base, which I've seen some amazing air shows there as a child.
Well, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get off here because it's about time for the birds to go to bed because they go to bed at 10 o'clock.
Alrighty.
Well, thank you for stopping by.
No problem.
We'll be here next week.
Thank-
Same bad time, same bad channel.
Yes, yes. So I will catch you guys the rest of the way in the chat and everything. So see you on the
Okay.
other side.
Bye.
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 Going to bed is for the birds. So I have a question, Michelle. Could you live in the middle of the desert in a city with 15,000 people?
One, I don't want to live in a desert. Two, I don't want to live in a city, but I would like to live on about 1,000 acres out in the middle of nowhere.
Where I'm from, 15,000 people is not a city. That's not even a town. That's a fellowship. That is not even that. That's a bunch of people gathered in one place at the same time. Yay! I don't know. I couldn't do it. I looked up California City. They have a golf course in the third picture of a golfer trying to control a snake with his golf club. That's another thing. You're in Rattler. You are in Rattler Country, USA, out in the middle of the desert. I've pulled off. Just one day I pulled up. I'm like, wonder if there's rattlers here. I stepped out of my car and I could hear them out in the middle of the desert. Oh.
Well, you could live in Minoe, Nebraska. There's only one person in that town.
And they're the mayor.
How did they find this person? How did they find that this person exists? If there's only, there had to have been someone else there to keep census of this human.
Yep, the 2010 census counted only one resident of the village, Elsie Eiler.
You go, Elsie.
Here, 1,500 is a town. In just on my side of town, there's 200,000 people, and we have 4 towns that make our city,
Yeah.
and that's just on my side of town.
That would drive me crazy.
Yeah, no thanks. I love that we don't have rattlesnakes and Hey, Katie, we have tarantulas here. We have a ton. Oh, I have a picture of a tarantula walking across the blacktop at my job. I was just following it with my phone. It was full sized.
Nope.
At my job, we have a hill that we fenced off. We call it Tarantula Hill. They all live there. They live in the hill.
As long as you don't scare them, they're fine. But if you scare them, they will literally shoot their leg hairs towards your eyes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I will never put one on my face again. I'm kidding. I never had one on my face.
He picks them up and calls them Bobby.
See, so Terry wants to live in this city. Yay. Hello. Great to see you. Great to see you, Katie. It's a decent size in my hair. See, that's what I'm saying. It just depends on where you live. Do you know, I have this real bias towards my town. I hated my town, and then I moved away, and like it's weird. I kept on moving back here, so it all depends on where you're from. And I would get sick of people and then move away and then move back. How is that a town with one person? Thank you. I agree.
Well, there's a town that the U.S. Post Office actually took the zip code away from.
Katie only has 3,500 people in her town. That's less than in California City. Crazy. I'm staying away. I don't know. As I drive through the desert, it's just one of those things where I'm like, it takes a different type of person to live in the middle of the desert like that.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I have the chops. This is the same person, but because of a book I read as a child, I tried to move to Alaska, and I realized really quick that I wouldn't make it through the winter. So, nope, no way, never. Only 1,000 people in my village, and they're all spread out. The actual village is about 20 houses. We're all spread out in our town, though, William. Wow. You
Yeah.
know, I've lived in places where there was like I lived in a place called Sandy, Oregon. It was a very tiny population. It's just weird to me.
Well, as of last year, the population of Centralia, Pennsylvania was estimated to be 4 people. And that's the town that no longer has a zip code.
Oh.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
That's the town that's got the mine fires underneath it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Where
I've
that
heard of
little
that.
boy
town.
fell through the ground and almost into the mine when a hole opened up in his grandma's backyard.
Yeah.
That was like back in the 80s. That fire's been burning since the 60s.
That's one of the reasons why I'll never move to the beach because of erosion.
Mm.
I want to live in the beach so bad. I have dreams about living on the beach, but I'm also practical, says the guy who would move to the beach in a heartbeat.
Right?
You have priorities. It's okay.
But I keep on
How
watching
long does it take you to get there?
to the beach.
Yeah.
30 minutes.
There you go. Nice 30-minute drive. Do your thing.
Well, 40, 30 for people who get speeding tickets, 40 minutes to the beach.
40 minutes is not bad.
No, Katie, that's not a settlement. That's a town that once those 4 people die off or move out, that's it. You cannot drive into that town at all. If you want anything, you have to walk out. And I mean, they literally closed the interstate through it and built a road to go around it because of the fact of the mine fires that are literally burning under the town.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, the one road is so buckled and you can see steam venting up, the smoke and stuff venting up all throughout that road and all around in the yards and stuff. It's crazy. I would love to go up there and check it out. And it literally is blocked off and it says enter at your own risk.
There's 7K people in our town and our kids are bused to another high school. Our population is like 200K. That's like my town. That is exact same numbers as my town. I couldn't live in a place like that. You know what though? I'll tell you, besides traffic, I really don't see people like that. I don't know. It's weird. And after a certain time at night, I can walk around my town and not see a soul. At like 11 o'clock, 10:30, 11, you're walking around, you will not see a person on the street. I lived on the beach 12 years ago before Superstorm Sandy took my house. I will never go back again. That's part of the problem. And I know someone who owns a beach house and is always like, never move to the beach. Their house is actually on the beach too. I live about 100 meters from the beach. Oh, wow. I love the coldness. No, we're big enough city that it's a big city feel, but totally small town vibe. I love that. I love that. We live on a very big lake. I would love, see, I could live near a lake. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. I love the ocean. I think it's because I grew up surfing, doing water sports, you know, so I have an utter and complete love for the ocean. But I could live on a lake. I learned how to canoe and all that stuff in Oregon. Kayak. That's one thing I loved about the Pacific Northwest is that people get up and go outside. Here, like in LA, people go to Runyon Canyon just to take selfies and be like, I went to Runyon Canyon just because Jim Morrison did it like 60 or 70 years ago or something.
And that's the way it was when I grew up. Like it was all outdoors. Like I grew up in the mountains in upstate New York, and it's just
I love that.
so much fun. You could go to Lake Placid where we had the Olympics in the 80s and do the luge, and you can still do that right now. And just different things, different winter sports.
Please tell me you've seen the horror movie Lake Placid.
It's not real.
I love cheesy. See, the cheesier it is, I love the movie. The second you said Lake Placid, I was like, oh, Lord, we're going to start talking about that movie.
I just got to do this eye roll. No, I don't want to talk about that.
There's a ton of BC that has a mine burning underneath, an old coal mine. It's been burning since the 1920s. Sorry, but Centinela doesn't smoke anymore. They don't know why, but the smoke. Wow. I love old deserted places. I hope to visit Chernobyl.
Mm.
No.
In
I don't know.
Fukushima, because I read Scientific American, in Fukushima, the town is preserved. Every time someone goes there, there's still stuff on the shelves in the stores. There's still
Yeah.
cars parked. Like it is untouched.
Mm-hmm.
It was either Scientific American or National Geographic went there. It's crazy.
Yeah, that stuff like bothers me.
Yeah, kind of like out in the deserts there in Nevada where they did the nuclear testing and they built those towns and everything's still preserved. And it's like, yeah, no.
I love the stone is fresh untouched once. It gets sloppy and it drives. I don't like it anymore. Did you know? I didn't know this, but I saw billboards in Nevada. They're trying to bring back nuclear testing. They're voting against nuclear testing in Nevada right now.
That does not surprise me one little bit.
They're like, we have desert. Why can't we nuke it?
Because they're freaking morons.
They're trying to bring. I saw billboards everywhere for that too, because I was stuck in traffic. So I'm looking around, and I was like, "Oh, they're still setting off nukes in Nevada." To the point where they have to vote against it.
That's insanity.
Can you imagine driving in the desert one night when you're on your way to your little place over there and you see a bomb?
That's a nightmare. That's a nightmare. That's a real life nightmare for me.
Exactly.
That's a
Because
nightmare.
you know, as soon as that wind starts blowing, that radiation's going somewhere.
Mm,
That is just, God, what are people thinking?
they're not.
Obviously.
I couldn't believe it.
They need us up there telling them, no.
I know. I love that movie. I love cheesy movies, though. Yeah, they're bringing radiation sickness is awful. They're bringing back. I was like, oh, because I saw a billboard and I was like, why is there a mushroom cloud in the billboard? But I had my glasses on so I could read the billboard. I've never seen Lake Placid. It's a cheesy movie. I love like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, Naked Gun. I love all those old movies.
You spelled it right, Katie.
It's like that in Chernobyl, no bacteria, so everything is preserved. That's crazy to me. It's eerie when I was reading the article about Fukushima, and there's many people that have gone there illegally and filmed it. In Las Vegas, they used to have rooftop bars and cafes that were dedicated to watching nuclear tests. Oh, and those people didn't live to be my age. It's also the ocean is on the side of the mountain where I live, so I get the best of both worlds. That sounds amazing. Amazing, Katie. Hold up. You had on your glasses. Are you kidding me? That's the only way I could read a sign. Where you live is gorgeous. Absolutely. My daughter was on the USS George Washington when that earthquake happened in Japan. They were stationed in Japan and in port when it happened. Wow. I read a lot of Scientific American, National Geographic, not Popular Science anymore. That publication has changed. But it's really eerie when you see things like that, and just to see that people got up and left and never came back.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real life ghost town. I watch these weird things about like ghost towns in the Midwest and the South. So Fukushima always pops up. No, I'm laughing because I watched a Jim Jones movie that was a TV movie in the 80s, and now they think I want to watch every documentary on that on Earth.
Absolutely, you do. Come on.
It bombed my algorithm.
Let's get some popcorn. Let's do it.
Negative 42 cold, little sun winds. Like,
Mm.
I live in the Appalachians, and the Scottish Highlands used to be connected to the Appalachians. So just think of the Highlands, but with a lot more trees. Okay. That's not true. True here in Canada. Oh. It was so beautiful when I was driving through the desert, and I was like, it's so weird because it's so wide open. I could see the storm in Nevada. I could see all the storms passing through the Mojave Valley. It was beautiful. And no, for everything I'm saying right now, I don't think I could ever live in the middle of the desert. I thought about it all day, all morning.
You were looking up real estate, weren't you, at one time? Mm.
What do you think about those people that live in those weird recycled houses? They're mansions. Some are like spacious and others are built with green glass bottles.
I think they're kind of neat, but I don't know that I would want to really live in one.
Yeah, I could probably vacation in one.
They always look, I agree. They always look, they just look so cool. Those
Yeah, and I mean, they literally grow their food right inside those houses. They have like planters all around the perimeter of the house on the inside to grow. So that's kind of cool.
I don't know. That's another thing that pops up in my algorithm. I'm like, I could live in those cities. It's because I'm constantly looking up. I think it's weird. In my state, you can go to unincorporated land and just plot and just live there.
Yeah.
I think that's weird. So I watch a lot of videos of people that move out in the desert in California, and I'm like, some of it's like, hey, that guy lives in a mansion, and other is like, oh, I'm never going to Slab City. Appalachian is the warm version of the Southern Highlands. Is that why there's coal in both? Oh, that's so funny. And they're both being exploited. Our temps might drop down to 12 for the most part, but that hasn't happened a lot in the past 4 years. The only time it would become excruciatingly cold is when peak Iraq comes, but we've hardly had those in the past 4 years. The weather is changing big time. Same here. Are you kidding me?
It's not just the coal. It's the lithium, the quartz, the mica. There's a whole bunch of things up there in the mountains.
That is true. That is one thing I noticed on the Nevada side. They were mining for everything off the highway. They have mills, everything you could possibly think of. And because, as you're mining, your site gets bigger and bigger. Mm-hmm. It's something to see at night with all the lights on and everything. It wasn't because I drove by at night and I'm like, oh, I've never seen this lit up. They're mining for everything outside of Vegas right now.
Yeah, I have a feeling that that's what a lot of the storm damage is going to be taken over by the government so they can open up mines and stuff up there. They're going to say, well, climate change, you can't do it you can't live there anymore. So we're just going to mine the area.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see them doing that.
In my area, though, we used to have oil fields. We still have oil. What are those? The oil pumps everywhere around my town, but people live around them. People walk by smoking cigarettes. There's this one canyon that is all just old oil pumps, and they're still pulling oil out of the mountain because they're there. They wouldn't be there if they weren't still pulling oil out,
Yeah, but that's not flammable though. It's, not in the raw state like that.
That's like when I made everyone jump on the diesel tank when I put a cigarette out in diesel, and they ran.
Yeah, they don't realize that it's actually not the fuel itself, it's the gases that, is let off. That's what's the flammable part.
It is crazy how much mining goes on. We have a mountain that is 2 hours by boat from here that the Greenlands have been voting no to. I think that's fracking, no cracking, fracking it for the last 12 years. What I guess what it's full of.
That's why Oklahoma started having earthquakes, was because of the fracking.
Oh.
That's crazy. That is silver. I'm telling you, they do it here. If they find any kind of element in the soil, they're mining it. I think that's I don't know for any other country, but that's what we do here. And we've been actually wanted Pennsylvania to be called New Wales, but King George had different plans. Could you imagine? Actually, though, like there's an Ontario, California, there's a London, there's like oh, think of why they would say no, silver isn't dangerous. Uranium. That's a whole way. That's a way to have everyone glowing green, like Mr. Burns in that one episode where he's wandering through the forest. All my Simpsons references are from like the first 5 seasons. Everything else is kind of like I've probably never seen it. Uranium would ruin everything that makes South Greenland beautiful, especially that mountain. Here, they shave down mountains to put up houses to put little dinky trees in front of. It'll never make sense to me. They shave whole mountains just to put houses up that no one can afford to live in. There's a whole neighborhood up the street from my house. It's built in the hills. It's eerie because only 2 or 3 people live, and they live in these houses, and they built probably like 1,000 of them.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's creepy. It's creepy. A friend of mine, we were riding, we went up there, and I'm like, it's just eerie to be going through a sea of empty houses like that in my own town. The entire mountain is full of it. That's crazy. Plus, so many rocks that is mixed in radioactive. Yikes. The original Hollywood is an area of Glasgow. See? You see? Everything is named after something else. If nuclear energy takes off, it probably is going, then they're gonna mine that mountain no matter what citizens want. The mountain cold helped Greenland's infrastructure in a big way, but nature matters to the Greenland people. That is why they keep saying no. You shouldn't let them exploit like they did our land. California is like, there is not an inch that is not mined, or like I said, there's oil diggers in my town.
Do you have windmills out there?
Yes. Yeah. I need to take a picture. Mojave, and I didn't notice it until like a couple years ago. The Mojave Valley is beautiful. There is just endless desert and mountains. When you go to actual Mojave, the town, there's probably, I don't know, 75 miles of windmills in the hills. And at night, it's eerie because you're in the middle of the desert and you turn to just red lights.
Just red lights just spinning. Absolutely.
That's how I know. That's how I know I'm going towards Mojave, when I can start seeing the red lights in the hills. Because it's dark out in the desert. You can't see anything. But that one hill is the Mojave, the actual Mojave Valley is lit up with windmills. I guess I never noticed it. They've probably been there for 20 years. I just never noticed it. It's eerie.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
Do you have any where you live?
Where I grew up, yeah. There's these towns up in upstate New York that are been overtaken by them, and all the electricity produced go down to New York City.
Crazy.
So
I didn't realize, because I know someone that made a boatload of money working with a company putting those in, but I didn't realize how many they put in, at least in my state. It's unreal.
yeah, the girls count them, but it just looks so just something at a like sci-fi movie when we're driving up there.
I've tried to capture the image of it a million times driving. It's eerie.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine a mountain
Yeah.
that's eclipsed by windmills.
Mm.
I don't know.
Nothing.
Because I grew up going to places like Calico, just different places in the Mojave Valley. I'm biased. They used to somewhere down here in the south, but when I stopped a long time ago to the that's real. There are windmills everywhere here. When it gets windy, they have to put the brakes on them. The grids
Yeah.
can't go. See, that's so weird to me. I don't know if I'm for it or against it, but it has. I don't want to say it's destroyed the Mojave Valley. It's changed it.
Yeah.
It added jobs, though. That's the problem. That Mojave is a no job area, and it gave people jobs and like real jobs. Somebody has to maintain those things, you know. Greenlanders are mining gold, rubies, and some other types of minerals that aren't harming nature. Have a great night, Donnell. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have to cap it, or so. Do you guys have a bunch of I'm curious now. Do you have a bunch of windmills in the North Kakalaka?
They were talking about putting some off the coast.
All I've
Oh,
seen
wow.
are, I've not seen windmills, but I have seen like those solar panels,
Yeah, solar farms are everywhere.
and nothing grows there. I mean, once those are gone, nothing's going to grow there for years because they've destroyed the soil with those solar panels.
Okay. To play devil's advocate, what if it gives somebody a job enough to feed their family? And I'm not saying I put in solar panels. I know someone that was kind of hurting. They got a solar job and they had enough money to feed their dose. They had enough money to feed their family.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they're good or they're bad. I'm just saying that if they were to ever remove them, nothing's going to grow there for years.
I agree. It
Because
does destroy the environment.
soil.
It does destroy the environment underneath it because it's literally blocking the dirt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's huge solar farms around where I live.
They turn in Lancaster, Palmdale, man. It's weird to see how many solar farms they have out in the middle of nowhere. I just noticed your Deej representing Detroit. Tim Allen. Oh, that is so funny. We have lots in Lake Ontario and Erie on the Canadian side.
Mm-hmm.
A farmer I know took prime soil and planted a solar farm. See, I don't get it. Even with the windmills, you can still grow food underneath the windmills. I know someone who, they didn't build it in the scale of what you would see out in the rest of the world, but he built his own windmill and pulls energy from it.
Yeah.
It's actually really impressive. And I was inspired to build one myself. I live in a really windy area, so it wouldn't be impractical.
Yeah, I said if we had to do it, we'd probably put solar panels on the house eventually.
Yeah,
Just
I
know
can see
how
on
much
the
sun we get.
house, like on the roof.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want them out in the yard or anything like
Oh,
that.
no.
So you're pro roof, but you don't want like a giant one on the side of your house.
No, I can put it on my roof. Yeah.
What's up, y'all? Checking in. Been working on this house so the thumbnail fits lately. Oh, home improvement is no joke. I need to do a ton of home improvement myself.
Hydropower. Mm.
Winter's coming. There's a ton of stuff I have to do. That reminds me, I need to buy a tarp. My son has, no, my son has all this workout equipment, and I don't want the bench in my kitchen, which bet you $10 he's gonna drag it in my kitchen.
He will. Right next to the bike that you have there.
The bike of shame in my kitchen.
Yeah.
When I really drew the line is when he put the scale in front of the fridge. That's when I woke up. I was like, "Whose house is this?"
See that? I would not have noticed that and just tripped over it.
I should have took a heavy step. I would have broke that thing. No, but he was weighing himself and he left it there. He was actually like, he's healthy and I'm not. So whether he realizes it or not, he's shaming me by proxy, whether he realizes it or not. That's all. He makes good choices. I'm proud of my son. I'm really proud of my son. I'm the unhealthy one. I don't want holes in the roofing. Oh, don't even get me started. Oh, I just got a new roof. Well, during COVID, but it's a new.
Mhm.
And the raccoons up there doing who
Dancing.
knows what. There's a couple of them because they do not party alone. So guess what we heat our houses with here? Oh, that's
Thermo. Geothermal.
we have a whole county full of windmills, about 70 miles. I'm telling you, it's just weird to me to see them. They're everywhere. And I guess that's the way of the world, though.
Yeah, that futuristic, sci-fi.
What show? Oh, Starbucks down.
No.
All right. My $7 coffee, it was worth it. It
Not
took a
the
long
drip.
trip.
Oh, I got to
Coffee
wash his
abuse.
jeans.
Coffee abuse.
I know.
It's the cheap lids. It's those cheap. I'm blaming the cheap lids. You know, the real reason I kept this is because I paid $70 for a cup of coffee. I'm going to finish it too.
I would say I need it double cupped, please, so then you can use the other cup for later.
Worth it. Wearing it, spilling it, worth it.
Worth it.
Oh, I gotta wash this now. This, for the record, I got this in the Goodwill bins. It's a tie for a coat.
Okay.
So get your minds out of the gutter.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Just right on the other side of the screen, you said. There was something else.
That needs to be washed now. It's got coffee on it. Everything's gonna smell great in here, though. Oh man. As far as you can see, windmills and cornfields.
Oh, corn. Mm.
Hey, they went to Mojave, California, which is one of the most out in the middle of nowhere places on earth. I'm gonna say this again. I don't know how someone can live out in the middle of nowhere like that. There was one house, nothing for at least 100 miles in every direction. They had a house, a trailer, a garage, and a bunch of cars. I hope they had really good Wi-Fi.
Satellite Wi-Fi.
And it was in
Like some kind of redneck.
out in the middle of and I was on the there's certain freeways that you take. I was on the 58. It connects Barstow to Bakersfield, California. You are out in the middle of nowhere. They don't even grow food out there. It's so out in the middle of nowhere. And we grow food everywhere here. Yeah. Oh yeah, double cup. I was tripping this morning anyways because I was trying to get home and I got Starbucks in Vegas, and then there's a at the border there, there's casinos, all kinds of stuff, but there's a Starbucks in the gas station. So I had to get another one. Question, do y'all wash your jeans after you wear them, or you wear them until they're really dirty? It depends. I have my work Carhartts. I don't wash them until they're either brown or gray. Depends on if I was working in the field or doing masonry.
I drive a school bus. I wear them about a week before I start washing them.
I
wear them a couple of times before I wash them.
Really?
Yeah.
I wash my jeans every time I wear them, depending on what they are. Like my Carhartts, I don't wash those. But like
but I'm not doing dirty jobs. Like I mean, stand around and teach for a little bit.
Or drive a
It's
school
not
bus.
dirty.
I mean, literally, one of the buses had a leak, an oil leak, and we were trying to figure out what it was. And I'm like, I'll tell you, go over there, stick my fingers in it, and sniff it. It's oil. Wiped it on my jeans.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's different. That's what I do, and I use my jeans as a towel.
Bingo.
Still to this day, I'm like,
That's what they're for.
back of the hands is top of the shirt, and the thighs is for the bottom of my hand. Oh, I wash my jeans every time I wear them. Okay, the women's here are made in China and shipped here. They're hardly environmentally friendly. The ones here in America were built here, and they're still, you cannot get rid of the blades. They're unrecyclable. So
Yeah.
somewhere there's people get paid lots of money for this, but somewhere there is a field of blades where some guy's getting millions of dollars just to house these things.
Well, I mean, you've seen, I don't know where it is, but it's just like airplane graveyard or something. It's in the desert out there somewhere.
I drove past a couple.
It's just
And
like,
there's
amazing.
a weird museum actually in Mojave where they have this like Cold War jet just chilling on the freeway. It's an aviation museum, but that jet has been there my whole life.
Oh, see, now that would be cool to go see. I love stuff like that.
And it's right on the road too, and there's like another plane next to it, so you can just pull up, take pictures, walk around it. That's actually a really cool thing out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. Hold on, let's go back. Candace, I wash my jeans. Oh, okay. We're having the jeans discussion. It just depends. Like I'm a hardcore person. If I don't smell like motor oil, then I was sick.
See,
if I
to
smell
me,
like
the
motor
smell
oil,
of-
I'm sick.
to me, the smell of oils and greases and WD-40 and anything to do with a vehicle like that's my smell. That and wood. Because I grew up smelling that stuff because my dad was a mechanic and then he did woodworking. So those are my smells.
Yeah. They bring joy.
Night, us.
They actually are repurposable, Katie, but they're so hazardous when you break it apart, you possibly could get poisoning because of the fiberglass.
Oh yeah.
That and they kill the eagles and all kinds of other flying birds and stuff.
Thank you for stopping by, Dose. Good seeing ya. I love your thumbnail. I used to work at a concrete precast. I wet my hands on my sweater all the time. It was like a chest of armor. I have a pair of pants that I concreted in so many times they were starched. There was nothing you could do to them. They were like perma-concreted. Oh, that's so funny. I used to make windmill electronics. I didn't realize how much power they dealt with until one failed a test, and the power burned a quarter-size hole through the half-inch circuit board. Wow.
Katie, it's been proven that they kill the eagles when they start turning and the eagles fly through the fans.
Yeah.
My dad worked on planes. I married a guy that worked on motors. Like, the smell of the oil on a man. Like I said, if I don't smell like motor oil, then I was not doing anything that day. There's no proof of killing them or disrupting birds. That is fake news.
Maybe where you're at, but not here.
Have a great night, Dose. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm gonna get on a bike and get a camera and just go out there because I saw people while I was driving. There was just big plumes of dust out in the middle of the desert. People can drive up to them as long as you're not near the Air Force Base. But most people that live in the area work at the Air Force Base. Yes, women's aren't great for birds, and basically recycling doesn't exist. Exactly. The internet was trying to give a bunch of excuses, but in the end, it kept on saying that these are few and far between as far as recycling blades. You know, one thing on the border of California and Nevada is one of the largest solar arrays I've ever seen in my life. It's basically a bunch of mirrors. And I've heard all kinds of crazy stories about it. People think it's a space laser. I'm not kidding you. The only thing it does is generate so much heat that birds can't fly over it. That's it. That's all I've ever seen.
Wow.
But when you drive by during the day, during the summer, prepare to get a tan. You're like, wow, and it's unescapable because there's like just these giant mirrors out in the middle of the desert.
Wow.
I'm gonna take a
Unbelievable.
And that's something you can see from outer space. You can see that portion of California from outer space. Some birds fly around. No geese or ducks hit those, but eagles, all sorts of birds hit glass. I have to ask. I know someone that actually built those things, and he's really not a fan. So I bet if I asked him a direct question, he'd give me an answer. They do alter migration routes. Radiation heat off the solar gathers. It's the only thing in because I've heard all kinds of crazy stories. It's just something really cool out in the middle of the desert that I've seen that like the only thing that happens is when you drive by, the temperature jumps up by like 15 degrees.
I couldn't imagine.
The first time I saw it, I felt like I was in a bad movie or something.
Talk about a quick way to get a suntan.
I want to know, what do you wear when you work there? Full solar suit?
Right?
What are those volcano
Yes.
suits? So curious. I'm so curious. Because even on the California side, there's mines. There, like you literally see the mine on one side, then the town's on the other side of the freeway. But I want to know who works at this solar array. How do you get that job? I have so many questions.
How much does it pay?
Oh, it pays a gang because there's hazard pay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially like if anyone's ever worked for the government, it's either they're not paying you enough or you're like, I'm not going to tell anyone how much I make because I don't want them. My brother was involved in the installation of them and he hates them. We have functioning hydroelectric here and don't need them. There was a show I used to watch called The Big Questions with Nikki Campbell. It's in the UK, and 10-15 years ago they were arguing about this. And here we are now, and they're up. They were like, "Don't put them in the hill, you're ruining our countryside." And now they're everywhere. We have hydro power too, Zaza. I think we have all of that here, but population pulls too much. Well, we've been going for 2.5 hours. I just noticed. Seriously, I want to thank you guys. This was a good comeback from Vegas. I had too much fun. I didn't sleep, and then I had like a hibernation sleep last night.
And you didn't really tell very many stories.
Because a lot of it was just thrifting and being my shiny self. I shine like glitter because it's natural. It's a sign. It's literally a line from a song.
Hold on, this should be a T-shirt for you. Shine like glitter.
But a dam doesn't look as sexy or trendy as a windmill. How will the power company look? Oh, trendy. Doesn't look as trendy as a windmill. That is true. Oh, it's so true. Like I said, I know people that put these in and I know someone that it changed their life. They went from like kind of a wannabe biker degenerate to like owning a house and like every toy on earth because they put in windmill. He's still a wannabe. If you're watching, you're still a wannabe. But he feels his family. There's nothing wrong with that. Caroline, most of the hydro is on the rivers, not big dams. Yeah, we don't have a dam either. Just really. Oh, see, where Katie lives is actual nature and like beauty. Mm-hmm. Where I live, there's not. I live in the real concrete jungle. There's not a square or inch where there's not concrete or someone's exploiting the land somewhere.
Oh, that's so sad.
It's true. We tried to stop when I was a kid, when I was all like, when I had morals and I would protest for things, we tried to stop transit mix concrete, which destroyed our town. We tried to stop landfills, which they built the high school I went to on. We tried to stop all kinds of stuff.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I mean, there's only so much area. So I guess, yeah.
America is nothing but wide open spaces. The United States of America is nothing but wide. We live in clumps together because we like living around each other. This is just my crackpot theory. There is enough space for everybody here. It's just that we live next to each other. Oh gosh, I'm pushing myself back out to the desert. I could do it.
No.
All right. We solved the world's problems.
Yes. I did some sewing.
Absolutely. Yes. Sewing on the channel done.
Check.
I am so on the road to dress. I love it. I'm so on the road to dressing like this
I
guy.
expect to see that tomorrow morning.
I'll show you what I made. It's huge. That and the tunic. I really made those wrong. The tunic goes down past my ankles. Oh.
Little dress there?
There's a slit on this side. I'm showing nothing but leg. I'm showing nothing but leg. I don't know if anyone ever. I'm showing you, but don't skip leg day if you wear my tunic. It's high thigh cut.
He's like $50. He shows leg.
I said I do sketchy stuff for $50. Like I said. And to my son, keep your morals. I've offered my son $50 to shave. I've offered him 100, 150. And he said no. Good for you.
It's November. We don't shave in November. Boys don't shave in November. I told him that.
America is huge.
Come winter time around here, we don't either.
Yeah, he needs to stay warm.
Because we're all in pants. Nobody's going to see it.
Oh, no, no.
I want to make some tunics are amazing, Katie. Tunics are amazing. I've made quite a few. I have my my Misfits tunic. I made a tunic and then put a giant Misfits patch on the back. I gotta find that thing. Oh, I don't know if I'm that size anymore.
Closet.
I don't know. I know exactly where it is. I don't know if I want to put it on and be disappointed because I don't fit in it anymore. My crackpot theory is to put garbage into the desert, and 200 years from now, you can mine it for bottles of stuff. There's people who build their houses out of green glass. There's people. It's so crazy. In Europe, if you get in trouble, there's a village with a couple miles. If you get in trouble here, you're going to be somebody's. That's true. Something's food. That is so true. Don't get lost in it. Tunics are amazing, Katie. Oh, I'm going to go bust out all the tunics I made. I like wearing a long shirt, but then I just got a little too happy with how long I made it that time. Expect to see the shirt with the 3-stripe collar. I did make a muumuu. I've made quite a few, actually. I've made quite a few. I love that ambiguous giant cloak look. I don't know. I just love that cloak look. So I've made quite a few muumuus. And if you take any of my extremely long jackets without the hood, it basically is a muumuu. All right. With that being said, as a professional muumuu maker, I'll be back at it on Monday. I don't know where I am. What day of the week is it? Ohio isn't real.
You got the day right. I'm so proud of you. That's 2 nights in a row.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on my show, Michelle.
Anytime.
Thank you
That
so
Monday and
much.
Wednesday.
Hey, I'm here. I'm like a light fixture. I am here.
Yeah,
thank you so much for being here, twin.
You're welcome, twin.
That's world champion, twin. World champion until next year.
It's only a couple months away.
Much moo talk. I know baseball season will be here. It's like hockey. You blink and you're like, oh, it's back.
Yeah.
Oh, the games are on again. Thank you so much for stopping by, Alibaba. I'll be back at it on Monday. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Moom. I'm going to bring my tunic out on Monday and show you how ridiculously huge. Actually, I'm going to cry when it fits perfect. I'm going to cry. Thank you so much, Katie. Have a great night. I hope everybody has a great night. I will see you guys on Monday. And like I always say, reinforce your seams and be yourself. And I will definitely see you next time. Bye.